gentlemen, welcome to the show. May 13th. Ooh.
Friday the 13th.
That's right.
Don't like it,
yeah.
Long weekend, you know.
Like it.
Really long.
I'm going to sneeze.
You sneeze.
How we doing,
Do you
fellas?
look
How
at the
we
light
feeling?
when you got to sneeze?
If you want to sneeze, look at the lights. That'll help.
I thought it took it away.
No, you look at the light.
Well, I'm looking. I'm not sneezing.
You must be wired differently.
You're loud wrong.
No, when I look at the sun, it's sneezing time.
You can't look at the sun. You'll go blind.
You and Trump.
I guess.
Yeah,
Looking
but
at
he's
the,
special. You're not
Special.
You're not the Dawn.
Sure not.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Presentation of
he's
Bet365. It's Barn Burner. Bet365. It's the 3-goal early payout. Your team goes up by 3. You get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. You must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. That's all we ask. Seems fair. Super chat is up and rolling. We are live, and so are you. And isn't it good to be alive? The money
So
comes
good.
in on the YouTube chat. It goes to the youth centers of Calgary, and they do good things with it. So good.
Yeah.
Good things. Retro.
It's one of those days, Dean.
Big win for your Sabres last night.
It was
I
a
wonder
big
maybe
win
if you zoomed into the dressing room, if you did like a FaceTime, a chat,
Yeah.
if Lindy is like, boys, we got a real heart and soul here.
I want you to meet a warrior.
This guy knows what it's like to have his back against the wall, against all odds, and come through when it matters most.
Mhm.
Because that's you.
That's right, Warner.
No, I lost 3 times. We never came through when it mattered the most. We kind of dropped the fucking ball, to be honest with you.
But you
Sorry
successfully
about the language.
got through round 2 many times.
Yep.
Round
Sure
2 is your bitch.
3 times.
There you go. If you get through round 2, you may as well just go right to the final.
May as well go all the way. May as well go all
Well,
the way.
for sure. It's the toughest round to win.
Yeah, it's and the most prestigious, the most talked about.
You did have
When
that
he's-
round 2 victory back in 96.
Mhm.
Well, it's like it'd be like one of those prophetic statements you have. Can't win the cup unless you get round 2.
You're not going to get there.
Every cup winner, Dean, won round 2.
Has won a second round. En route
It's
to
the
winning
new
that
playoff
championship.
I was watching the old Sabra last night,
Sabres.
and Pinder was bang on with his assessment.
which
They're a win
was-
away. They might not look great, might not be dominating,
Needed a
might
bounce.
look like crap.
Got a bounce.
Get a bounce, get a win,
That's a hell of a bounce, by the way.
and we're
Holy.
back in business.
Yeah, I think it was.
Good on you, Ryan.
If
Yeah,
maybe the
different.
goalie isn't out of this world, maybe get a bounce, and if the power play can do, it's just a little something.
Yeah. Check.
Bingo, bongo. Power play 2 for 4, penalty kill 6 for 7.
Ooh.
Too many
And you're looking
penalties.
for a bounce. I think Craig Simpson said maybe 1 in 1,000. Like how many times is it? Then they said on the internet, maybe 1 in 1,000,000.
Oh yeah,
Like 10 a period, maybe more. Let's call it 50. That's
Wow.
100 in a game. You're playing 81 games a year. That's 8,100 dump-ins. Maybe 1 a year goes in. Maybe 1 every 4 or 5 years goes in like that. Like 1 in 20,000.
Like you'll hear clang and it pops to the middle of the ice. Oh, geez. Oh, crazy hop there. Oh, home team bounce. Oh, this whole. I'll tell you, what I was thinking of is if something like that would have maybe happened to Big D or I feel for the rink guy.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
thought
for the
about
rink
that.
guy, whoever, Zamboni driver, whoever. Did you close the gate? What are we doing down here? There will be some major assessment being done at the Bell Center this morning.
I could definitely imagine, those like rubber hammers, Dean, like not the sledgehammer,
stop the
but
hammering.
and they're just going around tapping everywhere, being like,
Stop the hammering.
Yeah, there'll be some heavy hammering. I don't know what Craig Simpson was talking. Well, it's at the visitors' end. I don't know why they would have.
Oh, he was out to lunch on that.
What are you talking about, Craig? It's mind you, it is the second period where this. Yeah, just
Stop.
bounce.
It's a
Usually
crazy
very, very
bounce.
strong.
It hardly ever happens. It's some bullshit luck, and they'll take it.
Yep.
Amen.
Amen.
And it is truly. It's what they needed. And whether you subscribe to hockey gods or any of that stuff, it's whatever. But what they made a goaltending change. They made a couple roster moves. They get a bit of a bounce. They needed the special teams to come around.
Also had the overturn goal too. So
It had right? Like
No.
it was their night
There was
in a
due
lot of
for a
ways.
bounce.
And back to what I didn't think they looked, and Simpson said it made a good point playing in the Bell Center.
Mhm.
Sometimes you could play a decent game, but it sounds like you're getting your
Right.
handed to you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were good or bad, but they won.
It
So
was
who
a weird
cares?
game that way, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was,
right.
I
Thought
think
they
said
started good.
the first period took an hour. It just with penalties and the referees discussing things going on. It's not like there wasn't pace, but for a fast game, it felt kind of choppy in how it played out. If that makes any sense, I don't know.
Lots of stops and starts.
Yeah,
way too many penalties.
It had a heavyweight fight kind of feel to it. You could just both teams knew the crowd. Everybody knew the importance of that game, and it was a wild game. It was in a way a bit of a classic almost, and we're going to get more of it retro. You know,
So you're saying we're alive.
Yeah, and the minimum has gone up. We like that.
It's terrific.
You're absolutely going back to Montreal no matter what.
Saturday
Just
night
like
in Montreal.
You're going to Montreal Saturday, Reds? It's a great idea.
Vive la France. Vive la France.
Vive le Quebec Libre.
Something's wrong with these headphones. Way too much bass.
Probably the board, not the headphones.
I think it's when maybe is it when I'm not in studio? Because I think it was when the last time I was here, you were talking about how much bass there was.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Did I hear Jack laugh there?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think, Jack?
I have no idea.
We all come from an audio background, and Jack doesn't. So he doesn't have quite the ears for nuance. Like,
are the refs horseshit? Have they always been as focal as this?
What was the one? I think it was early. There was the cross-checking call.
Oh, but every game.
And I just thought, but just let me play it out. Like, you're like, okay, so it's very early in the game. You're going to call, like, that's going to be the threshold tonight? Oh, I don't like that.
Big game. We're going to call it tight? Oh.
Yeah, it's playoffs. The winner of this game, it's a massive swing in probability who wins the series. You go from probably 80+% for Montreal right back to a 50-50, like huge stakes. Yeah, we're going to call that one. You're like, bring an extra whistle in case the first one breaks. You've been blowing it so much. If that's what you're going to do.
Well, and that's the penalty. Some of them were penalties, high stick stuff. You can't stop, blah, blah, blah. Just feels like there's a lot of mistakes. There was an icing one that was the same as the icing that didn't get called off last night. Melenstein, I thought, beat Gooley to the puck. Not a major play, but they called it icing. Anyway, it seems like every game there's spots where the refs are standing out and they shouldn't be in bad ways. Not massive bad ways, but it's like, fellas, get out of the way. Let them play.
The disclaimer being that this is an incredibly hard job, and these are the best people.
I don't need to make the disclaimer. You know what? Here's a disclaimer. You get to work in the NHL. Be fucking good. Don't F it up.
Best league in the world. Could you be good?
Yeah.
We got to get some sort of a ref's jersey or something, some pizza merch.
No, I find it very difficult when they have such a massive influence on outcomes that they're held to no. They are held to a standard, and it's behind but they aren't held to a public standard, and we can't question the refs.
Yeah. Like to your point, it would be nice to hear from the officials on some of the goaltender interference. Why did you only call this a 2, not a 5? It was called a 5 in the other series. Tell us your interpretation on this race for icing. Like, there's just no access, which sucks. The league can get it, I'm sure, but fans, we're just left wondering.
Well, then they'll have Steve Simmons in there calling him you're a cheater and a liar and a dirtbag and a scumball. And
yeah.
What's wrong with you today? You're not confrontational at all. You're very I'm talking to you.
I thought you were talking to Dean.
No, I'm talking to you. He's live and kicking. You're flat.
I don't know. Am I flat? Like I'm into it here.
I don't know. Am I flat, man?
We're 15 minutes in. I haven't picked a fight, and people are mad at me. Is that how much of an asshole I normally am? God damn it! Noodles coming up in a moment, just trying to not start a battle before then. Assume we have Noodles coming.
I don't think that's the way to do it. I think you should come in, blast them.
No, I didn't see a ton of this game. I watched the third, which was exciting and great, and I saw bits and pieces of the night game. But I just let you guys handle that one. Like, I don't have a grade on the officials from last night, but I believe you that it probably could have been.
I mean,
better.
yeah,
a couple
and
that I saw, I'm like, that's not great.
I'm not even.
Yeah, the officials were a big part of the game, for sure. There was, like, again, Montreal had 7 power plays. Buffalo had 4. There's the goal that isn't a goal, then it is a goal, then it's disallowed. And I know Elliot kind of referred to Dahlin as being on tilt. He was in the box a couple times. It was again, like I say, it was an emotional game. The play, you could just feel how big it was.
Yeah.
That the series was likely over if the Sabres don't find a way. And they made the goalie change and the roster move. And I agree with you. Thompson is not right.
No.
But another big goal for Benson, who has had he's had quite a week and a half, right? He has been
coming out party
in the middle.
I think fans of Buffalo probably knew what he was about, but for the rest of us, it's like, oh,
yeah,
it's a rat. I like that.
He.com, or you can call 587-317-1551. Jamie McLennan from TSN from Overdrive joins us.
How you guys doing?
Got your back scratcher there, I see.
Be back today. What's going on?
Good to see you. Good to see you. I have been soaking up a lot of your radio show these days. I texted you yesterday. O-Dog has been, I mean, there's no one doing it better right now.
Until? Is that what you're saying?
He has been, well, he said the one I texted you about yesterday, I guess was from the day before, he was suggesting that if there's people out there that are talking about Mitch Marner and the reason he's having success is because he doesn't have to deal with the Toronto media, those people should be arrested.
Arrested?
Yeah. He quit Twitter altogether. He's never posting on Twitter again. He's having a week.
Quit Twitter and then retweeted that he was quitting Twitter.
That's right. Yeah.
It's tough.
Didn't last very long. So, anyways, yeah, the Gong Show. Lots of pets' heads are falling off, but at least Chief got let go today, which is,
that's
right. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's probably the least kept secret. Like it didn't align. The only thing I would say is I was probably disappointed that they let him be, coach the rest of the season. They fired Tree Living. They probably should have fired Tree Living and Chief at the time and let Derek Lalonde take over and just ride out the rest of the season. And then the new manager chooses his coach and all that.
It didn't look like Chief was having a good time there.
No.
Did it? Like, and you're way closer to it than us, but
he had the weight room mishap. He looked like he's all scarred up, and then
the head and the heart thing. Like,
my goodness,
honest to God, you couldn't. If that was a symbol for the season, that's what it was.
Yeah,
that would have killed any normal man. My understanding is the weight falling on his head, the bar, like from 5 feet.
Oh,
like it insane. Like my understanding is he was doing like pulleys over top of the squat rack bar, and he was pulling up, and it dropped right on his head. And so he pulled it down on his head, and that's a 55-pound bar from 5 feet.
Oh.
Nobody's getting up from that except for him. And he was at practice the next day with it looked like 1,000 stitches in his head.
Yes.
And was fine, shook it off type of thing.
It looked like he was attacked by a bear, like that he had survived an attack from like an alpha predator. It was like, oh my God, most of us would have been dead.
Yes, but that's, he's a good coach and, didn't work out. He's a casualty of it, didn't work out. Same with Brad Tree Living. They've got a new regime there. They've got lots of work ahead of them. They've got decisions to make. Their captain is probably going to figure into that. Mm-hmm. And then you look at it. I said to a buddy of mine this morning, even if they're able to revamp and retool very quickly, even this summer, who are you taking out of the Atlantic? You got 5 spots.
That's the challenge.
Yeah. That's the biggest challenge is because I guarantee you Florida is going to be probably right back there with health.
Pinder and I got in a big fight about this last week.
So here's my thought. I don't think it'd be crazy for Toronto to have the type of season that we saw the Islanders or Washington or Boston or Pittsburgh or Philly to have. But the challenge they have is that they might have 5 teams in their own division better than all the teams I just listed, including Boston, who was one of the top 5 this year. Because to your point, Florida's back.
Right. So that was my biggest, my buddy I was talking to this morning, huge Leafs fan. And he's like, oh, just like Boston. And I said, I agree. If you can have a retool reset, you've got some framework there. Still lots of work. The D they need work with the D. They got to figure out who's stopping the puck consistently. You've got to round out up front into your top 9. But ultimately, my question was, of the 5 teams that made the playoffs in the Atlantic, who's coming out? You could say, okay, it's Boston, maybe it's Ottawa. You're right. Or Tampa could have a bad season. One of those teams could drop off. But I'm saying you're right. But maybe Detroit or Florida takes that spot. Mm-hmm. So you have to identify your surroundings and go, where are we against these teams? And Keith Pelly had a press conference. He's had a couple of rough ones, but his first press conference where he said, yeah, I guess we underestimated Buffalo and Montreal or something like that. And
2 youngest teams in the league.
And I remember Tree didn't, his press, earlier in the year, he was saying these teams are not just coming, they've arrived.
Yeah.
We're seeing them. We saw last night, those teams aren't going anywhere. They're just getting better. Mm-hmm. That's this Benson kid gets better with age. Doan. You look at all the young kids on that Buffalo team, Quinn, they're all going to be really good, even getting more and more experience. And
there's
then
more of them.
Yeah, exactly. And you slide over to Montreal, same situation. You haven't even seen Demidov kind of dig in yet. Slavkovsky, all of these guys, they're all early 20s. Those organizations are not going anywhere. So that's the biggest challenge in Toronto is I think that you can turn it around quickly, but how is that going to match up against the teams that are already might have a little head start on you?
If I'm grumpy today because I spilled coffee on myself, so I'm having a tough start. If I'm a coach, I don't know if I want the Toronto job. And I don't mean it because of the media or the pressure, because I think you get paid handsomely to deal with all of that.
Yeah.
The ball of muck that's above me, I don't trust.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if there's coaches out there going,
You have to align with
some of the
Pelly
decisions
the
they've already made and some of the messages that are out there and some of the articles that trustworthy news sources have released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because part of my argument with my friend this morning is well, Cassidy will just take that job. And I go, let me get this straight. If Cassidy has a choice to take over Edmonton or Toronto, which one does he want? That's the difference. And Laviolette, and there's some good coaches out there. But my point being is it may not be the most desirable. They might have to go the Dan Muse direction.
I think they have to, Noodles, and it would fit what they're trying to do. They've already tried the old school player, work harder, grit coach. It didn't work. It was not aligned. They need to do things dramatically different if they want different results.
Or change the lazy players out.
Well,
that's what will happen if it doesn't work, for sure.
I think I've said this all along, and it's just such a lazy buzzword, but it's their culture needs to be revamped. And it's not that I don't think it's any one person in that dressing room. It's just there's something about it that needs a jolt.
They talked about it last night on the broadcast. Sabres.
Yeah.
This team had the same thing.
Yeah.
They were here in December. They were terrible. It was embarrassing to watch them. I said they should be if they were in the soccer, they'd be relegated to the B pool.
Right.
That's how bad it was. They had to have a moment of, okay, and what's what you're talking about.
It just, something has to jolt. There's guys that could take leadership roles. I think they have to understand that it seemed like before, and again, I'm on the outside, but it seemed like before with the Toronto Maple Leafs, there was the core 4. Those 4 guys were on an island and they were their own little country, we'll call it. And then there was the rest of the team. Now Mitch Marner leaves. John Tavares is, a $4.5 million player who's still a very good player. But I think they have to dissipate that and go, we got a team here that's going to be led by X, Y, and Z. And this is how we're going to do things. And you look at the most healthiest organizations, and I'm recency biased. We had Rod Brindamore on our show yesterday. Guy's in a t-shirt and a hat, and
Make
he's
him half
just,
off.
he's right out of the gym, and this is what his culture is. And it doesn't matter if it's Taylor Hall or I'm drawing a blank on the little right-handed shot guy that they got from
Stankoven?
Stankoven.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. They play with some jam, they play structured, they play together, and that doesn't come from Eric Tulsky. Eric Tulsky puts the players in the dressing room, and Rod Brindamore goes, "You fit in and you play this way, or I'm going to tell the GM that you can't play for me." And that's it. Like, they've got a group, and I look at that Carolina team, and they've been perfect through the playoffs, but that's a culture. And Brindamore said something so interesting on the starting of our show. He goes, you can tell what a team's all about by looking at the first 10 minutes. And he goes, what I mean by that is how they forecheck, how they're structured. He goes, gone are the days where you don't know what the hell the other team's doing. For the most part, everybody has, hey, this is how they forecheck. This is their neutral zone. This is how they defend. And he goes, the coaches are too good nowadays. So he said, I can look at my team and they play the same way in the first 10 minutes as they do the last 10 minutes. That's structure and discipline. And there's teams that are out there that need that and to have success. And Carolina, there's no secret why they're back to the conference final again, because they play that way, and it's tough to play against, tough to beat.
So who's a good fit?
Yeah.
Who's your Dan Muse?
In where? In Toronto?
Toronto.
This is a bad thing to say, but what team, like, who's he coaching? Like, is he coaching? Are they rebuilding? Is it going to be all young guys? Then maybe. Okay,
let's ask you that, because you're close to it, rather than, because you're right. There's lots of questions before they could hire. What are they going to do? What would you do? My take is I trade Matthews.
So I think those questions will be answered sooner than later, because John Chayka is going to fly out to Arizona and sit down with Austin Matthews, and I believe Judd Moldover, his agent, and say, this is my vision. This is what we're doing. And you almost have to go, are you in? Are you out? I'd like to know, because I've got a plan A, I got a plan B, plan C. Plan A involves you being a part of it and extending, and us taking McKenna #1, and we're going to be proactive in free agency. And this is what we're going to do. It's going to, we might have pain for a year and a half, but we think we can turn this around pretty quick with some of the pieces we have either in-house or going to trade and sign for. We're going to use our financial flexibility. I think a lot of it, Rhett, if Austin Matthews goes, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I can't tell you because you haven't built the team yet.
Right.
Then they might have to make up the decision and go, okay, if I decide to rebuild, please give me 6 teams you'd be interested in waiving to go to. That way I can know if I'm going to go to plan B. Plan B involves trading Austin Matthews for a boatload, just like we saw Quinn Hughes. And it might involve trading William Nylander, and you go to his camp and say, if we are rebuilding complete scorched earth, where do you want to go? Give us 5 to 6 teams, and you'll be the next on the chopping block. And I can't say what they should do, Rhett. I'm just saying, I think that there's a couple different avenues on which way they can head. It didn't hurt that they got the #1 pick, because that's currency. That's currency that you can't take away from them.
So here's the challenge I have with this is that Chayka is going to fly out there and pitch a plan. But that's great. Every GM has a plan for their team to be good next year. Like, Austin Matthews has to see it. And that's why I'm just like, why are we waiting for Austin Matthews to believe in a plan or not? Like, he has to see it. He didn't plan on being 5th from the bottom this year in the NHL. He didn't think the team was going to be that. If I'm Austin Matthews, I'm like, I got 2 years left. I'm going to give you everything I got.
Yeah.
And I like the sounds of this plan, but if your plan includes signing Darren Radish and this coach, and we're going to trade that guy and this guy's going to you have to do all those things. These are just ideas you're pitching.
What if Darren Radish goes, you know what, 9.5 from Toronto, or I'm going to take 7 to stay and get passes from Kucherov for the
100%.
8 years.
So this is my point: is that what can Chayka actually say he's going to do? They're all just things we're trying to do.
Right. I'll steal the line from O-Dog when you guys were talking about this, and his point, I think I fall in there, is you meet with Austin and say, okay, so what are we going to do to make this Leafs team better? You know how this Leafs team gets better?
You play better.
is if you play up to your capabilities.
Yes.
Are you in or are you out? Because if you're in and you're ready to fucking play, then we're a better team. But if you got 1 foot out the door already, then let's just expedite this whole thing.
That's
why I've already jumped to the
Yep.
because I'm such a hot take guy. I'm trading because I don't believe that this core, they've already lost one of the guys that was their core. They didn't win with them. I've not seen any of them step up in games that matter and make me go, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, they step up and win you hockey games.
Right.
The Leafs guys have not done that. Blah, blah, blah. What I want to hear, I don't need to, again, easy for me, but when you talk about culture and the culture that Rod Brindamore's created, it relays into this. Why is Austin Matthews not saying, I'm totally committed to whatever this guy has planned and I'm here to help the team win? What happened to those days? Like,
you know what? You're right, but those days are, I don't want to say they're gone because
they're gone, but that's what made us hockey players better people.
For some players, they are. For some players, they're gone because their parents, their agent, their, the way that they've been brought up.
How about Landeskog?
Yeah. Gabriel,
what did Landeskog go through to get back to playing for the Colorado Avalanche?
Yeah. And by all accounts, they were dying for him to come back because he's one of the guys who could keep Nate McKinnon, in check. And I'm saying that respectfully because it sounds like all he wants to do is just play hockey and win and win and win. And sometimes you need somebody in the room to go, breathe. Breathe. And I think that's where, Landeskog's influence has been unbelievable. The guy was the youngest captain in the history of the game at one point.
And my point is just that's commitment to an organization and a team from a captain that wants to be there. This guy went through hell to get there and is back contributing.
Yeah.
Now we have to fly to Scottsdale. Do you want to play for us? Are we doing okay for you?
You're kind of playing both sides because you just told me that coaches don't want to sign up for this mucky muck at the top of the org. Can Austin feel the same way or no?
He's
going to give you his all, but why do I have to?
He's been there and created part of the problems.
He's definitely been a part of it. But what if he doesn't love this?
Then say it. He doesn't need Chayka to fly to fucking Scottsdale to do it. This guy's had 1 foot out the door, in my opinion, since he started in Toronto.
I'm not there, but he may have.
So leave.
Yeah.
I'm not mad if he wants to leave. Don't drag this shit out. If you don't know what the organization is about in Toronto after how many years you've been there, then what do we?
Well, I think it's a great point because I don't think anything that John Chayka is going to say could probably sway what he's probably feeling internally. Now, he might want to see something that was like, oh, I didn't anticipate that. And here's the thing that is probably not been brought up. It's not like John Chayka dropped in off the moon. He played, or he was the GM in Arizona, in Austin's hometown.
Yeah, they're familiar with each other. He was around the rink apparently.
Close with each other. The thing that might hurt John Chayka is Austin's relationship with Shane Doan, his mentor. And it didn't go well with Shane Doan and John Chayka. So that's something that, it could factor in, even if it's 5%.
I love everyone's thinking it, I'm sure. So you bring in Chayka, a guy that everyone's like, and you dust Shane Doan.
Well, his contract was up, and it sounds like he was tied to Tree at the hip. So it's like, okay, you fire Tree, you're firing me technically because he was his right hand man. So I get it. Doan's contract, I believe, was up in June. He wasn't going to re-sign. They weren't going to bring him back technically.
Yeah, get rid of the good people.
And then, you sign him you hire John Chayka, where again, I'm only going off secondhand information that, the chick list.
Yeah, there's plenty of it.
Yeah. It sounds like there was some animosity or some stuff that went down in Arizona that wasn't super cool.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this, and I may have said this to you guys last week, and I believe it. You can mature. You can get better at your job. You can do all these things. John Chayka was a 26-year-old GM of an organization that was owned by the league and then by a shady owner.
That's true.
10 years later, he's had success in the business world. He's had success with stathletes. Maybe he's changed. And the first thing I would have done when people, Simmons was going at him in the press conference, like, you just go, hey, I'm a different person. Like, you know what? Give me the opportunity to prove that I've changed too and grown as a person and grown as a manager or whatever. Like, that's the way, like, to me.
He should have jumped on that question. It went to Pele, and Pele shouldn't have had to answer it. Chayka should have raised his hand and said, that's about me.
Yeah.
I'll answer that question.
I would have liked to see John jump in. I would have liked to see Mats jump in. I would like to see everybody. It was kind of just jarring, though. I don't think, how everybody, you say in hindsight, you're like, I would have done this. I would have.
Yeah.
In that moment, you're like, you're stunned. You're deer in the headlights. It's like, whoa, what are we doing here? So I understood that. But my point being is, and I'm not talking about the press conference. I'm more talking about, I want to give people the opportunity and afford them, like, hey, I've changed, or I've grown, or I'm a different person than I was 12 years ago. That's like, I talked to Travis Green. Travis Green's a better coach today in Ottawa than he was in Vancouver. It's not just because, hey, I didn't know how to coach back then, but you learn and you go through experiences, and this is a guy who's been on the outside, been suspended by the league, all of that stuff, done some shady stuff. Like, you have to either atone for that or continue down the same path. We'll see. Like, jury's out until what Pinder said, until we see the guy's body of work.
I think, like, if you're going to sell a Leafs bounce back, you need three things at a minimum to happen. You need better goaltending, which you had 2 years ago, you didn't have this year. And we can look at all the surprises and disappointments and goods and bad. Like, goaltending's tied to everything. Like Florida, they were hurt. They also got shitty goaltending all year.
Yeah.
Bob's bad next year. I'm not worried about it. Bob's great. I'm really worried about him. The other thing is, you need Austin Matthews to be a superstar. He wasn't that last year. And you need a coach that seems to be on the same page as this group, because that wasn't the case last year. And I'm not assigning that all on Berube or all on the core, but it clearly was not a fit.
I'll throw one more thing in there, Pinder.
Puck moving D-man?
Well, a defensive core that can actually move the puck. Yes. Yeah. And that's not systematic. That's people that actually, don't throw a grenade into the neutral zone.
Yeah, and they were so hurt too. Like, you could not have had more man games lost on a blue line than they did this year.
But even if they weren't hurt, were they capable?
Well, they'd be better if they were healthier than the Dusters that came in who were worse than them that played. But yeah, they need better defensemen.
That's a lot.
It is. It's a big checklist.
It's a laundry list of things. But again, McKenna or name a player X helps the process. But does it change the mind of your captain going, I'm 2 years away from this? And it's his right. Like, he doesn't technically have to give John Chayka an answer and go, I'll let you know in a week if I'm staying or not. Like,
especially if you can't see it. Yeah.
Right. Because it's hard to envision, because it's May. So I think that's the hardest part, is how much can this team, you could change this team a lot in the next 4 months, but you have to know with player X or without player X. And I think that's the multi-million-dollar question for that group.
I might be crazy, but I just don't think you're going to get a clear answer from Austin until next summer. And to your point earlier, the Leafs might have to make the decision for him.
I think they might have to
tear the Band-Aid off.
And it would be fair to Rhett's point to go, we just feel that we're in a bad cycle right now, where even if Austin is a 65 goal scorer next year, it might not make. Look at Schaefer, was an unbelievable player. They missed the playoffs. You look at some of these top tier players. Celebrini, they're unbelievable, dominates all of that, missed the playoffs. You might not even be good enough with your best to make the playoffs, to bump off another team. So that's something that has to be factored into the bigger vision of what the Leafs are doing.
It's funny when we do. Sorry, I was just we'll move on. Just doing a show every day. I'm just thinking of the tone that we've had. It's so Montreal gets past round one. It's Habs. What I said, unbelievable series with Tampa Bay. Play game one, Buffalo wins. Maybe that was their Stanley Cup, beating the Lightning. They're exhausted. They're out of gas. A couple games later, Buffalo, good season. No shame in going out in round two. What did you make of the game last night? And I guess I don't know how much attention you paid to the Vegas Anaheim one, but Anaheim Vegas plays well, but Anaheim wins. Anaheim will play well, but Vegas wins. That one goes to overtime. But certainly this Buffalo Montreal series, it's got 7 especially now written all over it. Last night's game was high drama.
Yes, I mean, I thought that was a goal. I thought that it was a thin goaltender interference. I've been saying this all along. Dobish has been unbelievable but he might be due for a dud, and he hasn't had one yet. Now, he's been getting a lot of bounce. I'll give you an example. The puck got behind him last night, and it goes out to the middle, and Carrier almost puts it in his own net and pops it by the short side. Like, he's been getting a lot of good bounces, and then he gets the bad bounce.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, Tage Thompson can't buy one, and then he dumps it in, and he gets the stanchion goal. The one thing I took away from last night is watching the first 5 minutes, I thought Buffalo deserved to win that game. They were all over them. They pressed the pace. It should have been 2-0. Goal gets called back. And then by the end of the first period, they get themselves in penalty trouble. I didn't love the second goal on UPL. I thought he got caught moving. Caulfield stuffed it short side.
Yeah.
I will say this. It's ballsy to go back to UPL, and it was the right move. And I had talked to somebody about it, not because Alex Lyon had done anything. I just think that Montreal was trying to get Lyon moving. You needed a different look in net. UPL is a monster. He's 6'6". Now, all of a sudden, the holes aren't there like Lyon. Lyon's a smaller, more agile goaltender. So Buffalo did two things. They changed the goaltender, and the goaltender had a different look in net. So all of a sudden, Suzuki, that probably would have gone in on Lyon, but UPL gets across, it hits his shoulder, stuff like that. So I thought Buffalo deserved to win, but I think this series is going 7. And the one thing that I am worried about for Montreal is Dobush hasn't had an off night yet. And so technically Buffalo's goaltenders have been gotten to, so they've switched the goaltenders out. We haven't seen Dobush have an off night where it's like, might have to change the goalie out or whatever. The game 1, I guess you could argue that, because at 4-1, talked about it, but then Dobush continued to battle. I just look at it. I think that Montreal's due one stinker, which might put this into a game 6 or game 7, depending on how Buffalo responds with it.
It kind of felt like last night, just everything was going Montreal's way. Like you say, they're getting the bounces, they're finding ways. It was almost like there was a shock when it went 3-2. It's like, we might lose this.
Yeah,
like we're at home, and the crowd, and we had the coming out with the torch. Like, we win these games. This is just how it's going for us right now. We beat Tampa. We had that one hiccup in game 1, but we're winning. It's like, is Buffalo leading this game?
You mean it's funny? It's like Buffalo's allowed to play hockey too.
Yeah, exactly.
And Benson, like, this kid's, I love him. He's got jam. And I agreed. I was listening to you before I came on. Thompson should be shooting that puck 105 miles an hour every time he gets a chance. And I don't know if something's up.
Has to be.
Not. He's passing and he's looking for an extra play. And I'm like, if somebody wants to block it, you hurt them.
Great.
To the point, if I'm Marty St. Louis, I'm not worried about him shooting it because he's not shooting it. I'm going, that he's making that walk to the middle, throw it down to that low guy. I'm going to send my D to go stand by that low guy because he's not shooting, and I'm not worried about it.
So something is up, because there was a time where Buffalo's power play, was it regular season or at the end of the season, where he had 5 shots in a row?
Yeah, we showed the clip. It's unreal.
Haven't
Bang,
seen him shoot.
Bang.
But it's like boom, boom, boom. Like, that's what makes him. That's what pushes off defenders and gives everybody else space, is the shot being established. It's not so they can cheat off of it. So I unless he gets, I don't know what's wrong with him, but if he can find something where he can get that shot away, it becomes a threat, and you can use it as a decoy instead of anything right now, because you're right. They're not cheating to it.
I also said Buffalo sports franchises don't get good bounces.
They did last night.
Finally, the people in Buffalo fell off their bar stools when that went in.
That power play was going to go 0 for 4 minutes. They weren't getting anything going, and then Thompson goes to dump it in, and it's like, what is it? He didn't even celebrate. I think he skated by the net. It's like, is that in the net?
I think it was sitting on the side for a while.
I'll give you a crazy story. I'm playing in 1999. St. Louis Blues first round, and I think it's against the San Jose Sharks. We lost.
Yeah, game 7. Tough one.
Bergevin threw it in his own net.
I remember that.
On the penalty kill, he went
through it with his hand. Yes.
Grabbed it and went to throw it over top of the net, and he threw it in the shelf, and it got stuck behind the net, like the center post.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was looking for the puck. And I was sitting on the bench, and Prong skated over before the whistle or anything. And he looks at me and he goes, "That's in the net." And I go, "Yeah, it is. I saw him throw it in." And it was such a jarring. Now, I don't know if that was game 7 or not. I think that it might have been game 5. But I remember that play because it was such an upsetting goal that kind of, rattled people. And, we ended up losing in game 7 to San Jose, which we probably should have beat them. We'd won the President's Trophy in 99. And then we lost in the first round to, Owen Nolan and his crew. And Roman Turek allowed, I think, a shot from center ice to make it was an ugly game 7. It didn't go so well. But Bergie did throw a puck in the shelf. It might have been earlier in the series, because I remember he addressed the team afterwards and it wasn't good. So
Can we get a quick guy from Edmonton defends Edmonton take on Chris Knobloch flapping in the wind here?
I would have let him go at the end of the season. Like you
Bad
don't
look.
Well, it's a bad look. Of course, it's a bad look when you're. It's like your girlfriend's sitting on the couch and you're out at the park.
Yeah, I was just looking up, just chatting though. I didn't do anything. Yeah.
What happens if
Just kicking tires?
Park comes home. You're like, "Hey, well, you like it's not." I understand it, and I understand the thought process. I think the hardest part for Edmonton that I would say is this guy's extension kicks in this summer.
Yeah.
Just signed a 3-year extension. I'd probably something with a 3 in it. So they're probably going to have to do on $10 million for him to go out the door and then to upgrade that staff. And I wholeheartedly agree with it. Chris Knobloch's a really good coach. They need a different look. They need a hardened coach. And I said it before, I thought they should have probably had a coaching change before Vegas did, because that team was uninspired. I would have done it at the Olympic break.
They'd have been better off letting the coach go instead of trading the goaltenders. Doing that swap with Pittsburgh, they'd have been better off changing.
No, but here's the thing, and the only reason I would defend it, I like Ingram, and I don't know if they'll bring him back, is because if Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard were the same goalies and you went into the playoffs and you didn't address the goaltending.
But you didn't address the goaltending. You made a bullshit trade that was
it's a lateral move at best. Yeah.
Put it this way: Stuart Skinner ended up the backup for Pittsburgh, and now he's a free agent.
But you also give up Kulak in a second. There. It wasn't 1-for-1.
No, I listen. I'm not defending the trade. I'm defending the essence of the trade. They needed different goaltending there. It didn't work out. I thought Ingram worked out. I have no problem with him. He's a good tandem goaltender.
But he was there anyway. That has nothing to do with the trade.
They had him in the minors. Keep in mind, he played in the minors last year because he had some personal issues. I thought that was a very, very good trade. They got him through waivers, then they traded for him, and then they got Utah to eat half his salary. So he's $1.1 million goaltender playing in the minors till Christmas. Really smart trade. Very smart. They got him, and then they called him up when Jerry got hurt. That was the thing.
Well, how smart were they to have him sitting in the minors if Jerry's there and he's horseshit?
He missed half of the season last year because of personal issues, so he needed to get his game back in order. That's the only thing. If you dig a little bit more into what happened with Connor Ingram, I think people will understand, and it took him a little time to get his life back in order. But I like him. If I'm Ottawa, I look at Ingram. I look at if I'm a lot of teams that need a good tandem goaltender, he's one of them.
I think the scary part for them is all these guys they brought in actually look good. I liked Dickinson, I liked Murphy, I liked Ingram. They're all used. And they're all going to get, you're not just keeping them at low, they're going to be bidding wars for these guys in the sense that there's no deals to keep these guys. This is going to move your cap up and eat into your limited cap space.
I think, ultimately what they're going to have to do is see if Darnell Nurse, you'd have to try and move $9 million. That's what you got to do. And, whether he wants to go or not, he controls his own destiny. But I think Edmonton, 4 moves need to be made. Coaching staff, 1. Mm-hmm. Defenseman, 1. Forward, another forward, a top 6 probably, like everybody. And then a goaltender.
But they're in way better shape than we're always talking about Toronto just because we've been referencing them. If their team they're going to have way better next year than this year.
We'll come back full circle what you brought it up right at the start. Does a veteran coach want to take Toronto right now, or do you have to go young and progressive just based on the situation? I think there's probably veteran coaches that would put their hand up and say, I would like to take Edmonton over. I think they are 3-4 pieces away, but not untenable if you can change the system in there, because it doesn't matter who you bring in. Think of all the goaltenders that have gone through there. If you don't defend, if you don't take pride in defending, sorry, you're not going to have success. Ask Rod Brindamore, ask these guys, like these teams, this Vegas team, like Tortorella, his presence alone, they play hard. Quinville, I remember talking to Q. Anaheim has to learn how to defend. They're learning on the job. And I had an AGM say this to me the other day, and he's bang on. These young players are not afraid of the league anymore. They're like AI. If anything, they're learning it. You could watch Anaheim get better in that series against Edmonton instead of be afraid of it. They were like, this is what we need to do. We're learning on the job. We're doing this and this. That is scary for the future of the league, because these players are not overwhelmed. It's not you and Rhett. You and I were terrified going early, and you deferred to veterans. You didn't speak up. You didn't do all these things. These kids aren't like that now. It's like, what do I need to do? What do I need to learn? What am I doing next? And that's what I'm watching Anaheim like AI, learn on the job, get better and better. They were damn close to winning that game last night. And if they lose in 6 or 7, like Vegas is I think Vegas is a very good team, but Anaheim has just learned and gotten better and better. And now they're just going to, if they lose in this series, they go, okay, we got the experience and we're going to add here and here. Kreider looks a little old. We might swap that out. You might look at like you could just continue to build on that. Mm-hmm. That's the scary part for some of these young teams.
And they got young guys coming.
Roger McQueen next year, probably.
Scary.
Seneca has goals in 4 straight. Yeah, it is an interesting point. They believe they belong, and they've got no problem conducting.
Not intimidated, not scared of anything. Not at all.
You got to go, but how do all these teams make all these moves? I mean, we listed 4 for Toronto, 4 for Edmonton. It doesn't happen.
You're right. Again, me and my armchair wish list. Last summer, it felt like Pittsburgh was the only team open for business, and they didn't do anything. They didn't trade Russ. They didn't trade Raquel. They had a great season. Malkin had a great season. What you have to do is be cagey. You've got to find the team that is realistic about their group. So maybe it's Pittsburgh this year that goes, hey, we had lightning in a bottle last year. Carlson was unbelievable, Malkin, but we are going to, on the fly, start to try and get younger. Maybe one of those guys, the Raquel or Rust, is available. You start to look at teams that are either close to making the playoffs or need a little bit of change, lateral move, and go player X for player Y. Like that's, again, I don't have the answer. You could have a wish list for every team, but you have to, it takes 2 to tango. I said, hey, Edmonton trade Darnell Nurse. Okay. Who's taking $9 million? Or what you packaging up that? Does he want to go if you ask him to go? And what team can fit him in? And same thing, it might be in Toronto. Morgan Riley might put up his hand and say, I might need a change of scenery. He makes 7-8, I think. Something with a 7 in. I think he's a good player. Teams would covet that. Maybe that's San Jose that puts up their hand and said, we brought in Klingberg. We're going to move past Klingberg, and we need player X. We need a Nurse. We need a Riley. We need somebody else. I would look at San Jose to be a very active team. They've got money and they got talent. And now it's time for them to take the next step. So I would be, if I'm them, I'm scouring the league and going, who do you want to part with? Okay, I'll take that contract, but I want that player too, or something like that. So that I don't have the answers, Rhett, but I say this all the time, and maybe it'll come true. I thought the deadline, all hell was going to break loose. It was the complete opposite. It was a ghost town. Mm-hmm. It might be free agency this time where everybody's got money to spend.
The draft,
they're trying to get their teams in order. So you might see a lot more movement here by free agency and at the draft.
Somebody, just an anonymous person, I don't know who it was, and we've shown this on the show before, but they had questions. They're like, what is the context here? This is not from a hockey team. It's not from his playing career. But this is Jamie McLennan. What is this? Is this high school? What am I looking at here? And he's
shot.
And he or she, I don't want to say, sent 2 copies of it. So there's the sweater, there's the tie, there's the hand on the chin on hand.
There's a lot going on there.
The grin,
the blonde hair. So I was playing for the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
And then the zoom. Is this?
So I was playing for the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and in the playoffs, we dyed the left side of our hair blonde. So I don't know why, but I went home. I don't know if I told you guys this. Like I did only 2 years of high school. I finished high school in 2 years and
that
2
tracks.
because I did correspondence. Why do you keep that up there? Put that down. It's staring at my face.
No, this is good. Keep it right there. Jesus.
But I wanted to come home to St. Albert and graduate with my friends. So I showed up at picture day. There was nothing. So I borrowed my best friend Trevor Ketza's sweater and a tie and everything, and I just put it on, and we did like a glamour shot. So that was really my hair. I had a feather hairdo, and there was, look at the size of the ears. You're getting bigger every year. They get bigger. The blonde was the Lethbridge Hurricanes. We did it for the playoffs. But none of that outfit was mine. It was one of my best buddies.
We were wondering, was it shaved? Like, did you take it down? Did you have it shaved to the wood there?
Like this, but it was like blonde instead of gray.
That's see.
Right there.
Gorgeous.
You look great in pastels, Noodles. I got to tell you, you should work those in a little more.
You should throw that on this show one day.
That was an expensive sweater. My buddy had money, and I was like, let me borrow your sweater. So I put that sweater on. I don't even know if it fit me. But
so did he go topless, or did he just has a
he might have been
collection of sweaters hanging around?
I think I was wearing like a tie, and I don't know what I was wearing, but that.
Let's put it back up, Jack.
Yeah. So that's my. There's an excuse for it.
Okay.
And the internet lives forever. My son and my kids will discover that at some point, and I'll have to answer for it, but not right now.
You're the best.
Beautiful human.
Love you, pal. Have a great week.
All right. We'll chat soon. Take care, guys.
There he is, Jamie McLennan. On the Insider Hotline, a presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Crystal clear choice for home comfort. What is going on in your home? Nothing? Well, I hope not. You won't know until you get Crystal Waters in there. 403. Well, again, crystalclearcalgary.com. The new number, 587-317-1551. It's getting not so much today, but warming up. You just fire up the AC. Just turn get the AC going. Okay. Dodgy, perhaps. Let Crystal Waters come in and ensure that everything, the heartbeat of your home, the mechanical part of your home, is in good working order and safe. Be very safe. I'm thinking about the air quality in here because I got dogs.
You do have dogs.
You do.
There may well be some airborne contaminants in here. I don't know about
dog dandruff.
I may be subjecting myself and my loved ones to some.
Don't let it hold you back, Dean.
Some dust and allergens.
Change those
I'm
filters.
not even aware of. You have to call the boys. Okay,
Lots
so we
there.
covered. Yeah, we didn't really talk about it before. Craig Berube has been fired as head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. That came out about 2 hours ago this morning. Yeah, shocking, not surprising, whichever way you want to look at it.
Neither.
Yeah.
Not inevitable.
Yeah,
it just was not a fit, right?
Not a fit with what we were.
Look comfortable from the player's point of view to his point. Like he was trying to instill a disciplined, hard, muck it up kind of. At least I think that's what he was. Yeah. And the players weren't really having it. It did not look like it was. Those boys weren't telling stories about how inspired they were, like the boys in Montreal.
Fair.
No, right? Yeah. You didn't hear any of that.
So did it have anything to do with what we heard out of Edmonton? Because if you want to get in on Bruce Cassidy, you might the queue might be forming right now. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Probably
but to our point earlier, I don't think any of us think Bruce would be like, "Oh, get me to Toronto right now." Like,
I would be very. That was a real question. I know it comes up a lot when Toronto's hiring coaches. Well, it's in Toronto. Do you want that pressure? I don't think it's that. I think you look at that team,
roster composition.
You look at the management. It's great, like Noodles said, and Ryan. I'm not. Chayka could have changed. Yeah. He's a young guy back then. Sure. But you're still looking at that organization going,
Where are we at here?
what is the GM like? I don't know. Pelly has made a lot of statements, and is he involved as much as it
Seems like he
kind of
is.
appears? Like,
Yeah.
why haven't they had? Is Matthews sticking right? There's a lot of things. You're like,
Matt Sundin's in a big role. He's never worked for a team as a non-player. Like, there's lots of things that you have to see to know if they're going to work or not.
Yeah.
And so
I'm sure they'll find a coach, no problem.
yeah.
But
I think, like, to Noodles' point, I think this is where you have to go young and progressive, because the steely old vets might say this one ain't for me.
jeez,
So that'd be like
this guy in Brantford.
Jay McKee, David Carl, Jay Woodcroft's getting a lot of run with as an
Who's that?
assistant. Jay Woodcroft. Jack, what's you?
What's his?
Oh, the Beaver.
Yeah, the BA. He's an assistant in Anaheim. We saw him
Oh, right.
skipping and whistling after they beat the Oilers down the tunnel. Manny Malholter's a young guy that gets a lot of run. He was in Abbotsford, the Canucks affiliate. What are they going to do with Foote in Vancouver? It's not his mess, but he was certainly there for the mess.
There's another guy
then-
that looks like Berube looked in Toronto. Where
yeah,
it was
I mean,
like,
I feel sorry
you
for this
can let
coach.
me go. I don't
Yeah.
want this shit.
And,
Yeah.
and then it's like, okay, well, does Torch stay in Vegas? It's like, well, if they win this series, probably. And
I
then
can't imagine again. Yes,
if you blew a 3-2 lead and like he gets, like, it feels yes, but it's not done.
no,
And then the same will be said about Chris Knobloch, who feels like he's done, but has 3 years.
you have to fire
So-
Knobloch today if you're in
It's
Edmonton.
embarrassing.
Don't like I was going to hammer Noodles on it because he's trying to say they've done a good job. They've done a terrible job up
Yeah.
there. A lot of the things they've done are very
A lot of self-inflicted wounds.
yes. They have not managed things well.
And you can like Ingram and call that a good move, but you cannot defend the Jari for Skinner plus lateral, if not making yourself worse move. And immediately he's not fitting in with your group. Like, that's an unmitigated disaster.
Terrible.
Never mind the Frederick extension. Never mind all these other, like,
All kinds of.
just a lot
cringy.
of 2-foot putts you've missed.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come within a period of winning a cup, all those 2-foot putts for the last decade.
I don't
suddenly
think
add
they're
up to a
2-foot
lot.
putts though. Like I think they've made mistakes. They aren't 2-foot putts though.
So not matching offer sheets. That was a tough one.
like you're making
That
it
feels
sound
like a
as though
2-footer.
it's easy.
You match the offer sheets. Like I
agree
It's
with
not
you,
as
Ryan.
easy as you make. I'm not
I'm
here
not
to
saying
fight.
it's easy. What I'm saying
But
is
you're saying 2-foot putt. They've made mistakes because and all those things that you laid out. They needed to address the goaltending. They're right up against the cap. I just don't think it's as easy as. So they
No,
go
but
and they
they've
get a
made the
guy. Well, this
wrong
guy's been a
decision.
number
we're
one.
not saying they're easy problems to solve. What we're saying is
Okay,
they've made
that's all
moves-
I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. The moves they've made, a lot of them, the moment they've made them, are like, this isn't going to go well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, wow, that Darnell Nurse extension shockingly didn't work.
They've done a lot of self-inflicted.
Like the moment you make it, you're like, that's not going to work. Like the Trent Frederick extension, you're like, ooh, like he had a really bad postseason, and now you're going to chalk that all up to injuries and give him max term for like a replacement level Tanner Jeannot type. Like, what were the odds of that being a really good move?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those types of moves. The offer sheets are like, well, Broberg kind of looked like a top 4 in the conference final. And the Stanley
Finally,
Cup
he
final.
was your
It
best.
happened. It finally happened. You're like, oh, $4 million. We can't. Well, that's less than the going rate
That's
for a
what
top
you're
4
dying to
defenseman.
get.
Yeah.
And Holloway, you're like, this is the one guy you should know him better than any other organization. He's finally starting to like break through in his early 20s at a premier position of center ice as a young guy on a team that lacks a lot of young guys. Yeah, $2 million. We won't go there with him.
Well, and
He's got
even,
with 7 on his
How-
extension now.
how about the coach getting a 3-year deal? He's going to get shit canned here.
It's just,
Like if you
I
don't
understand it's not easy. No one's saying it's easy, but go look at Bill Zito's resume and look at the 3 guys plus the president pretending to be GM and what they did for the last 10 years. One is littered with landmines that they stepped on, and the other's flawless. That's how you win cups.
yeah, and Bill Zito's a high bar. He's done everything very
best.
well, and they've
Yeah.
won. But how about just a run-of-the-mill guy?
If you had league average GMing, I think you have multiple banners. I really do.
We'll talk
Anyway.
more about the again. People love to talk about the Oilers or whatever, but this coaching thing. Capital Chef. I want to tell you about Capital Chef. The website capitalchef.ca, 13103 Lake Fraser Drive in the southeast. It's Calgary's truck destination. The lineup is deep. Hardworking Silverados and Sierras. They got SUVs. Maybe you just need a little everyday commuter. They got those too. You maybe heard about the $99 lease. That's a real thing. Find out more at capitalchef.ca. It's big inventory, competitive pricing, and a team that knows how to keep it simple. You got that summer road trip. You got a lot of planned this upcoming summer season. have a reliable vehicle. Trucks, deals, and a no-nonsense experience just the way Calgary likes it. It's Capital Chev. CapitalChev.ca, 13103 Lake Fraser Drive in the Southeast. We'll get to the Pinder Report in a bit. There's a lot going on with this Edmonton, Vegas, Bruce Cassidy. Is he not? Was he allowed to talk to LA? But not talk to there's a lot out there. Who knows what the actual story is? There's outrage in Edmonton, and but this is the way coaching contracts have been for a long, long time. If you are let go and you have term, you are still you're an employee still, unless you're prepared to just not take.
You've been relieved of duties. You haven't been fired. Is that?
You're still getting paychecks. You're still
getting
on their
paychecks.
payroll. Yeah.
And they're going to have to seek permission. I guess what's interesting, and it does look bad on the Oilers. And I don't know, maybe we would all do it different. Like, would we all? Because I agree with you. It's not as though you're mostly happy with your coaching, but if you can upgrade, you will. This felt like the Oilers are going to be making a coaching change, regardless who's available.
Yep. They need to,
right,
completely wipe up.
But just to play the game, it's like, okay, well, we don't want to. Let's see if we can talk to Cassidy. Maybe you do that before you fire, and you hope it doesn't get out, and then it does, and you look like a jerk.
It's happened a lot.
It does,
Vegas,
right?
Vegas. I read Speck's article about this whole situation, and it's going to be an Edmonton slant, but he's got a point, and I'm not here to defend it. Most of the time, the teams say yes.
I think they will say yes.
How many times has it? Vegas is doing Vegas-y things where they're kind of.
Their season was ended by the Oilers last year. That's a divisional rival. They're playing round 2. I don't think it bothers them if this news gets out and it looks bad on
not in the least. They're not talking or thinking about it at all.
And it's like, we'll get back to you on that.
But it's brewed to Cassidy. It's bullshit if he wants to interview.
Yeah, and I don't worry about him not having suitors because
it's not the point. It's rude. It's ignorant.
We don't
this guy won you a Stanley Cup and you don't give him the right to pursue something?
One of the angles I hadn't thought about was Vegas may very well be in contact with Bruce, and whether he has interest in interviewing or not might have a lot to do with whether they grant permission. There's also another theory that they wanted to make sure that his $4.5 million that he's rumored to have on salary for another year is entirely covered by the next team. So there's things going on back and forth. There's also going to be a long line of teams that are going to try to hire him this summer. Like I think LA, Toronto, Edmonton to start.
But who released this info?
That's the other part, Retro, that I was going to.
I think Vegas, but that's just
if you've got a coach.
But that's just it. If you
there's an agent, but how does it get out that the Oilers want to interview him? Step one. B, that the permission's been denied. How does that?
It hasn't been denied. Again, to clarify, they have not said yes yet. They're taking their time getting back to Edmonton.
It's semantics.
Okay, Mr.
No.
Okay, okay, Nenshi. We're not politicians here, so we don't
Dean
walk
made
that final
distinction
line.
Yesterday, and that was something that Frank was very clear about yesterday.
Well, we don't have Frank on, so
they haven't allowed permission as opposed to denied. So
I'll be stunned if they don't let Edmonton talk.
I do too. If that's what
this is what I mean by your weird takes. This is it's out there. It looks like shit, and you're going with, well, it's going to be fine. Well,
I'm not saying it's going to be fine. I'm saying I would be shocked if they are not granted permission.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that it looks poorly on Vegas and the Oilers and how this.
Yeah.
Why did it happen? Somebody put it out there knowing full effing well it wasn't going to look good for anybody.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So do you think it's Vegas that did that?
I do think it's Vegas, but I don't think they care. But it's a bit petty, and like Speck said at the end of his article, grow up, Vegas.
Yeah, and you know what? I do find it a little rich.
Shut up, then.
No, just
not you, not you.
I get that a lot too, though.
I know. Yeah.
Like, how about people in Edmonton up in arms about how could you not you imagine if your employer did this to you? Like, you guys just ignoring that Chris Knobloch's flapping in the wind here? Like, that's also a shitty fucking look. So I get Speck's take on it, but like. The Oilers look like fucking asshats too, right now.
You're right, and I'm not eliminating their bullshit either. I'm just saying that it doesn't look good at all.
It's a bad look on both teams.
Why are you doing it this way? Like it just,
if you have no intention of Knobloch being behind the bench again, just do it.
And the problem you find now is if you wanted this to be quiet and you said, we're going to keep Knobber unless we can get this guy, now you're fucked.
The big,
'Cause I only give him
here's
back.
the only thing for me that would stand out is that it's almost a Chayka type of thing. If the Oilers are a bunch of D's
Mhm.
and you don't, and they're, because we don't know what goes on. We don't know what their persona or what other teams think of how they conduct it. You know what I mean?
Some of that
If
for
that's
sure.
part of it, then fine. Expose, make them look like jerks or whatever, idiots.
I think
That's
when you
what-
look at the owner and coffee in and out,
Right,
and
if they're-
GM and the coach and how Ken Holland was treated, like I don't think there's a lot of people that are like,
so
"Ooh,
if-
that'd be a real cozy, fun org to work for."
Yeah, and so if that's what Vegas's thing is, was screw you guys.
Mhm.
You've been behind the scenes. You're acting. I don't know. Then I'm fine with it. But if it seems a little petty on the surface.
The other thing is too, and there's many layers to it. A coach is going to want to take that job for sure, but when I'm trying to think, because like Drager said last week, this isn't a 2-year thing with McDavid. This is 1 year.
Yeah.
When has there been this much pressure to not just improve your record or make the playoffs? You better go real deep. You need to get in there and take this team
Or
Mhm.
what?
that had an average regular season and then lost in round 1. You need to get to the cup final, at least it feels like, in your first year behind that bench.
Well, and you got a lot of holes to plug if you're the team. And if I'm Bruce Cassidy, I'm like, I'd love to coach Connor. How many years is he going to be there? Because I'm not signing a 3, 4, 5-year deal if I got 1 guaranteed year with Connor, maybe 2. If I'm Bruce Cassidy, I watch Coach Connor. Where's he going next? I'm playing that chess game. I'm on the phone with Judd Moldaver saying, where's he going in 28? Or is
Like,
he getting traded next summer?
If you're a coach, you come in there as, okay, our power play, we can't be losing games. We can't go through deep skids. We need to have a fantastic season because this is what McDavid is going to be judging
It's burn
as
the
his
boat season.
for his long-term decision making.
Yep.
I don't know. Isn't that what you want as a coach? Is for guys that are going to be burning to win, and you got the best players in the world, and you could I get what
There's a
you're
lot to like there.
But and what
there's-
pressure do you're always going to have
Yeah.
pressure, and you've got the best players to work with.
But if you
For
get
1
to
year.
January and
What are they going to do? Fire you next year?
No,
If it's like they're
it's just-
already
it's a hot you need to come in and win.
I
right
think it
now.
has to be a veteran coach for that reason, Dino, because like Rhett, the pressure shouldn't scare you, but this is a very unique spot. Like I wouldn't want to go hire a first-time NHL head coach for this.
like
shit.
Jay
It is-
Woodcroft
it
and
is tough.
Chris Knobloch.
Exactly like that, Rhett. That almost feels like 2-foot putts, doesn't
Whoa,
it? Yeah.
weird.
Oh, we're gonna go get first-time coaches in the prime of our superstar generational players.
How
career.
does Joel Quenneville look kicking the shit out of the Oilers in the
Pretty
first
fucking
round?
good.
Oh, he was available, eh? Huh? And you wouldn't have had to sign the extension with.
And I don't know what, because again, just reading some of the stuff coming out of Edmonton. And is it petty for Vegas to do? It is. Is it a division opponent you don't want to ever help it? Maybe. But like you say, usually you give permission and this happens. And I agree with Ryan. I think it probably, if he doesn't sign somewhere else and the Oilers continue to want permission, I think they will get it.
Yeah, and then it's petty.
But
to
from
let
the world
Chris
that we-
Knobloch float in the wind too.
From the
right?
world that we come from, the media one, there's something called non-compete contracts. And even if we're taken off the air, if you're let go from your radio station or whatever, you can't just go across the street. You're still under contract. The fact it's not like this is some completely outlandish thing. Relax, Oilers fans. I know there's a lot of shit going on for you right now. Vegas is not your biggest problem. Kelly
No.
McCrimmon withholding permission right now
Yeah,
is
for
not
2
the biggest
days.
issue.
You should not be in this pile of horse bleep.
Just settle down.
You've stepped in it all on your own.
And then Shane King's there at McLeod Law if you need any help with this, because he's employment law
contact. I'm
experience.
sure they'll
You'd be very familiar with all the
They'll-
rules.
just feel bad for them.
I do think it's amazing. Dude, they can't do that. It's like, where's your head coach right now? He's up with a fucking flagpole, his underwear flying. Like, you're really upset with how Vegas is treating their guy, hey? Oh, whoops, you forgot to look at your own
Your
fucking
heart
coach.
and soulers, you
Oh.
Care Bears.
Or as Noodles says,
What a
he's on the
rational
couch.
take.
He's on the couch while the girl's at the bar. Wait a minute. You're out right now?
Here, sit here on the couch. I'll get you a drink, but I'll be right back.
I got to
Wait
run
a
an
minute.
errand.
Is that the garage door? Are you leaving? It's happening. It's terrible. I hate to see it. Hate to see it. Let's do the let's do this right.
Finally got some emotion out of Pinder.
I'm back, baby.
Oilers. It's
Tales
break
old as
glass in case of emergency.
Song as old as rhyme. It's Pinder Report time for our good friends at Village Honda, where they want to buy your vehicle. Maybe you have an expiring lease, an extra set of wheels, a complimentary appraisal. You can get the process started at villagehonda.com. Means they're going to look at the car, say, they're going to like this. Okay, good. Sounds great. Here's what we want to offer you. You make a deal. You get paid in 24 hours. Villagehonda.com and the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. We start with finals from last night. Retro. The Sabres are back, baby. The Sabres are back, and they're
It's
going
best
home.
of three now, Jack.
2 of them in Buffalo, Jack.
Jack never called me. So when the Pittsburgh
God,
was
he's
in
a
trouble,
quitter,
I
eh?
reached out to my good
Yeah,
buddy
no,
Jack. I was
yeah.
worried about his health and welfare. Nothing.
Jack,
Crickets.
have you had a good hang sesh or a partying sesh with Rhett Warner?
Yeah, for sure.
Not really.
Vegas
One
or not
on-
Vegas, Nashville.
One-on-one with Retro. Oof, it's a real treat.
Not a one-on-one.
Yeah, and you just keep turning it down. Like he's not a GD
Real
legend. Like
treat.
he's some pleb.
Maybe this weekend
a
because
little
it's going to
respect
be
on him.
really gorgeous out. So,
Yeah.
sorry, Ryan. Back to you.
All good. Night game, same score, but the home team victorious. Vegas will send it back to Anaheim with a 3-2 series lead. Ducks are hanging around, but all of a sudden they're on the ropes here. We'll see how Joe Quenneville's crew reacts to their first time staving, Dean. Staving.
Love a good stave.
I'm here for it. Like Ducks. Been good fun. The bounce was crazy last night. We showed you that. That was the difference maker in the Sabres game, getting them all.
Yeah,
squared
well,
up.
that's Buffalo sports. They're always.
They were due a bounce, Retro, to your point. They were due a bounce, and it was Pavel Dorofeyev in overtime, whacking a puck into the roof of the net. Somehow they're doing this with Carter Hart. I don't know how. It's quite impressive.
He's been good, dude.
Yeah, except on the soft goals that he's allowed, but yes.
He had 34 stops.
I think it was the first one last time. But yeah, he's been. They needed him. They
I
went
don't
away from
trust
Aiden
your
Hill.
take on goaltenders other than the Oilers goaltenders.
Well, I mean, they're all goalies, so we can't trust any of them. Is my only take on goalies. But good enough to be
Hates
up 3-2.
Carter Hart.
Yeah, what do you think his save percentages this year?
Well, everybody's under 9. We know that. So
He's below league average for sure.
He's probably in
And
there.
meanmeanwhile, Freddie Anderson's like 960, but yeah,
Oh,
he's
so
been
he's
good
not-
enough in this year.
So Braden
Let's-
McNabb is Braden McNabb going to get suspended?
Got
a
Did he get
hearing.
a fine this morning or a hearing?
He's got a hearing coming for a hit on Ryan Paling last night, which little late.
Spring playoffs, physical. Finish your checks. Boink.
Scott Stevens.
Oh, Scott would have put him in the third row there, but
Oh,
dear.
rubber legs.
there's the
straight.
Scott Stevens part. Yeah, it
So the puck is
Not there.
not there.
was in the neighborhood earlier, but yeah,
No, it's not there.
It's not there. It's
uh,
in the
it's his
yeah.
neighbor that has it. It's not him.
Yeah.
And he's looking away, which doesn't help because you'd think that McNabb knows he doesn't see him coming, feels predatory.
Could be a game.
Yep.
Could be a game.
They say 2-game suspension in the regular season equals 1 in the playoffs. So
That's
if
what
you
Brian
think
Burke
that's-
says. Yeah.
Yeah, people, I don't know.
They.
One's not crazy.
One's
Kinda
not
with you on that.
crazy.
Tonight's game, let's quickly look at it, shall we? It's one. It's a banger. And staving, Minnesota Wild, their first time trying to
They're
shake off
gonna get
elimination.
stomped.
Could be the case. Do the Avs stick with Mackenzie Blackwood, or do they go back to? Well, they won, so they probably stick with Blackwood.
Probably
would
stick with it.
Thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Red. I don't know why. It feels like this is
Because Minnesota came out, had a good game in game 2 or
3.
3.
I thought they played okay.
They're
in
down
game
0-2
2.
coming back.
I know, but
Oh,
did
okay.
they play okay? They won a
Yeah,
game in
it was-
03 or
Game 2
in
was
game
closer,
3. But when it's Colorado, right?
That's right.
That's
they're
right,
playing
yeah.
them. Sorry. When Colorado decided to show up and play, they couldn't keep up. Like they took it to them in game.
They're going home.
Game 4
It's
was
going to be nuts. We'll
was
see
convincing.
who's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wallstedt was awesome and kept the game
Totally.
somewhat.
Even game 3, where Minnesota looked very good, Wallstead was their best player by
Yeah.
a mile. We'll see if Lehkonen can return. Malinsky's also been out on the back end for the Avs. Eriksson Ek's been absent for the Wild. Doesn't sound like he's close.
It's not
We'll see.
great.
Should have GM'd better, Bill.
Not the best.
Can I switch my pick back?
Nope.
Sure, Jack. What would you like to do? You want to go abs in 4?
Wild in 9.
Remember when they used to play a best of 9 in the dub, Dino? Oh my
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember
They
that.
did
Oh,
Best
out
of
west,
9?
yes. They used to have best of 9.
Those have been
Really?
wars. God, you'd be sick of the guy across the. Oh,
9.
Nine.
That's too many.
times.
That's too many
2.5 week series. I'm good.
And I hope I'm not loud wrong.
Well,
That
it's
was
a
not
long
loud.
show. It's all right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bracket. Take a peek. Carolina's still waiting, fellas.
He's got a smirk. I think he's got a bunch of dumb stuff today, dude.
We got a good birthday coming up too. Good stuff.
The bracket?
Screw the bracket. It's okay. We'll just keep moving. Everyone knows the goddamn
We know
bracket
the
anyway.
bracket.
Yeah, we know the bracket.
You know the bracket.
Fine.
Coaching changes in Toronto. Interesting the way that Toronto did this. I think this is the right way to do it. Should you have done it sooner? Sure, but the guys in charge now weren't. Oh boy, jeez.
Come on,
Him and Sheldon.
Jack.
fellas.
Jack.
That's pretty
I
funny.
did not approve this, and it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
That's the dog, Sheldon Keith
Yes.
dog. Hey, Leafs Nation.
Remember that? Oh.
And you're like, he's going to stay on that dock until the weather gets bad. And he might never work again. He's like, no, I went right away to work.
that.
Oh, God. Could you have had a worse year in your life if you're Craig Berube than what you just went through
You having
in
fun, Chief?
Toronto?
Craig, how's it going in Toronto?
Hanging in there. Holy moly.
That man needs a whiskey.
That man
Oof.
He's got time to have a few whiskeys now. And I'm not sure how upset he'd be, Rhett, that he has washed his hands of that mess.
Where's he from?
Chief?
Callahoo.
Is
Callahoo,
that
That's
Alberta?
Alberta.
close to Edmonton. Maybe he wants to go.
It is, yeah. I was at a tournament up there, and they have a statue in because he was Stanley Cup champion to kind of celebrate his cup win.
Berube had a several-hour call with Chayka and Sundin on Saturday. They make the decision this morning officially, and they said in the press release, Craig's a great coach. Craig's an even better human. We need a fresh start and a clean slate. This isn't anything to do with Craig, which is probably what you do when you're the new regime. You say, we want our people.
I'm guessing on this phone call, Craig was like, I don't give a you
Yeah.
can fire. Yeah.
Got the
whatever.
call spending several hours on Saturday. I wonder what. I don't give a shit, guys. Do whatever you want. I'd like.
Well, I'm guessing he was very bonesy about his players.
I would
Yeah.
agree with that. Look, Craig, it might not be you moving forward, but how do we fix this thing? Talk to me about all the issues you have. You have a couple hours? Yes, we do. Happy birthday to an old pal, Dino. Christopher Stieg, 40 today.
Dino.
Stiger, 40. Holy. Help that Flames power play. Great shot, hey? Attaboy. Lethbridge product.
Watched a lot of him as a Lethbridge Hurricane and Red Deer.
Wonder if
rep.
he dyed his hair on the
of
left
his head.
side.
Yeah, just blonde.
Yeah, I wonder.
I doubt he has any pastel knitted sweaters as
Oh,
nice as
he should
Noodles.
get one.
He's very
Uh,
stylish.
And yeah, he's got the old hockey app that he's got going. He started a league in Ontario. He's still very active in the hockey community and an incredibly funny human.
He'd be, yeah, he's good
interactions
to
we
hang
had
out
with him, and
He
then
would
he
be
had that-
fun at Ezzy's in Lethbridge.
Oh yeah, or the sneaky little was it side
Didn't
street?
he
or
tell
back
us
street?
about a Mexican spot down there that was real good?
I don't
I
remember.
thought he did.
But he, of course, played for the Flames, as you can see there. Won a cup in Chicago before Dale Talon forgot to qualify everybody.
Whoopsies.
Then he played in Philadelphia and played in Toronto, played in Florida. A fantastic, nice little hockey career for Christopher Stieg. Congrats on 40 years there, fella.
I think maybe I'm crazy. I'm trying to remember this. He went to Oilers training camp, performed well, and the Flames signed him.
That's right. He went on a PTO.
a PTO to Edmonton, and the Flames signed. Beautiful. Hey, Steger, love you. More draft nerd.
Alrighty. It's coming quick, Dean.
We've seen Scott Wheeler. We've seen Cam Robinson. We've seen a lot of the prospectors, Stephen Ellis, on and on and on. Corey Pronman, this is not a mock draft. These are his rankings. Pronman, very, very scientific about the process.
He kind of did this the other day. Didn't we have this?
He did a mock, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
lining up how he thinks teams will do. These are his rankings.
Gotcha.
Important to note, he says, look, it's a really good group of D, slightly underwhelming group of top forwards, class might be a touch below average on the whole. Good goalie crop. The top of the draft lacks premier talent, i.e. you don't have a Celebrini in this draft. At least that's how it looks at this point. The other thing that he notes is that he's got a preference for guys that could be theoretical top pair defensemen rather than, let's say, a top winger in the NHL, which is explaining why his list is the way it is, because it does look a lot different than a lot of the mocks and or other top draft lists that we've seen. It starts with Chase Reed at number 1, not one of the wingers, which is a little bit unusual. Albert Smits comes in at 2, the big Latvian who's played with men all year at the World Juniors and the Olympics as well. Verhoff 3, McKenna to 4, which I don't see happening. I don't know that he does either, but it's just his preference of top pair D over top wingers. Stenberg 5, Malhotra 6, Carls 7, Rudolph 8.
Perfect. Let's go with his.
Malhotra 6.
Yes.
Don't mind that at all. Interesting group. He also had the Ruck twins with huge gaps between them. Liam at 26. And is it Marcus, the other twin? At 87. Which makes you think, okay. He gave their skating grades below average. Everything else quite strong. They're not huge. They're not burners. You get the guy one early. How long can you wait for the next? Not sure which GM's doing that math, but
he doesn't have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, exactly. Corey, he can just rank them based on here's who I like, but GMs are going to have to play a game if you want to get them both. That's a fair point. Anyway, lots out there, but just a reminder that like a lot of the places we look, these D are in totally different orders. There's 5 guys, and you might find a different one at the top of 5 different teams' lists. And that while there are 2 very good wingers in Stenberg and McKenna, people don't feel like it's
if he's correct and the rest of the league thinks that way.
Yeah.
Does that make trades more?
I don't know. Like, I think the whole idea of the trade is like, you kind of have to know what other teams are trying to do to exploit them, right?
Well, yeah, but you don't have to exploit. It can be we could both win here.
Like, let's say if Toronto's picking 1, we've talked a ton about their need for a puck moving defenseman. If they want to take a puck moving defense first, do they trade back and do it? Like, that's kind of what you're saying,
yes.
Right? Rather, maybe they like McKenna, but it's like, man, we really need a puck moving defenseman more than we need a playmaking winger.
Well, and if you don't believe McKenna is going to be, oh man,
maybe he's Panarin, but he's not.
I'll take Panarin.
I think Panarin's pretty good.
Panarin's pretty good. Yeah.
Per game winner.
Anyway,
just a reminder: there's not a clear cut.
There's still hope,
superstar, and you might end up getting a guy at 5 or 6 or 7 that a lot of mocks had going 1, 2, 3. We'll see. June 26, 27 in Buffalo.
The 2008 group is just complete horse bleep.
The 08.
We've just avoid it altogether, Craig. Trade them all.
Trade them all. Got 4 picks in the
Hey,
second.
way to compile a bunch of draft picks in the shitty draft class of 2008, Craig.
Losing confidence there a bit? Or?
Wow. Checkers or chess? Come on.
Yeah.
You'll like this goal. I don't know what draft class this goalie defenseman tandem are in, but this did not go well, and it probably didn't boost the draft stock if they are draft eligible this year. This is Moncton in the QMJHL final. Montreal, sorry, Jack, playing Chicago.
Versus Chicago.
And this is a very simple play. We're going to get to the line, dump it in, and that somehow goes in. Look at the clock, boys. Less than 25 seconds left in the third period.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Did they win at least?
I think they ended up losing. So Chikumity.
Beck.
Come on, Bex.
Now, here's the thing. It's usually this is all on Mike Smith or whoever's in net for the egregious goal, but the defenseman does an incredible job of getting in.
This is child hockey, right? These are kids.
I'm going to get it with my hand.
Why
I'm
don't
like,
you just let
I couldn't see the puck, you idiot.
Why don't you just let the goalie grab that?
Oh, pain.
He's
so
trying.
excited. Puck,
Everyone's trying.
He's trying his best.
I don't care. It's professional sports.
It's
a
not.
ret.
Oh,
When you had the Mario thing, you just
yes, it
needed
is.
to put
Dean,
your
they're
hand
getting
up.
paid.
It's true.
See, I tried not to touch the puck, and it went opposite.
Now, you know what? I forgot to get it with Noodles. What's your name? Jack. Do we have the Bergevin? Because you tell me which is worse. So that there, the D-man is trying to catch it.
That
he misses it, and it beats his goalie. Get there. Turek's like, why would you Why would you do that? Bergie, what happened?
I don't know what the debate is here either.
Even the stripes, like, did you see what happened there? So Bergevin grabs it and throws it into the top shelf of his own net.
Oh, Jack.
Oh.
Chicoutimi did win the game 5-4 in overtime, so they slept a little better after that late Moncton goal.
Oh, okay.
It's a sweep in the.
There you go. That's
Fair enough. We got some international games to tell you about in the NFL. We told you schedule release days tomorrow. Now, buckle up, Jack, because the Chargers social media team always does a phenomenal job, absolutely dunking on other teams with the schedule release.
Yes.
They play the Patriots this year, and I
Yes.
think there's been a little drama around the Patriots. I
Really
cannot
looking forward
wait
to that.
for tomorrow. But today they announced the international games. We all get to pick one. It's going to be tough for me not to go to Melbourne to watch Rams Niners.
Are you
That's the
going?
Top of this. Well, no, I just mean if you had to pick one. Rio would be
Go.
fun.
Go with
Do you
some
think
buddies.
It's expensive to go
Don't
to
take your
Buffalo?
wife.
It's going to be
Yeah,
incredible.
but you got to go. It's the same thing. You got to go to Australia, down under.
Dan and
You got to do it. You got to see the folks, the family. Aren't you pumped?
we'll get Mike Gould next to you in a chair for 3 weeks.
No,
You'll be
you
begging
won't.
to come back.
Why do when I go away, I take that little thing. You can.
Do you know what time this show is in
Oh,
Australia?
for Christ's sakes! Excuse. You know what? There's no commitment. Jack, let's go for a
Let's
drink.
go.
Let's go for a drink. No commitment.
Let's go to Paris, right?
I'm
Melbourne,
in.
Rio,
I love the
London,
French.
Paris, Madrid, Munich, Mexico City. It feels like the NFL's really expanding their international footprint, Red. 3 games in
I
London.
don't know where you get that from.
I
How
would
much
want to
do
go
these
to
own-
Madrid because I've always wanted to see Portugal.
Yeah,
Mm,
and he speaks Spanish, so
Right.
they love that there.
Huh.
Yeah. Such a dumb show.
So
Jack
dumb.
just blank screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right over his head. No idea.
Jack, we should. Where is that one? In France? Yeah,
Paris, Stade de France. which is-
October.
Yeah.
Oh, that's small for my eyes.
October 25th.
Oh, we could do that.
Totally.
Right
do
ahead
that.
of- That'll be like a 1-year anniversary. You guys partying in Nashville together. It's your one
Oh,
annual.
We'd be
There you go.
sipping wine.
Yeah, maybe you'll run into Mike
baby.
Sullivan's brother. That'd be great, hey? Steelers are Jack.
It'll be McCarthy's brother.
Well, yeah, exactly. Can't wait. Now, Big Mike's working on some things. Look at this.
Oh,
Big Mike uninstalling everything quarterback Drew Aller learned at Penn State, and they are re-uploading.
does he have
their
that
own
Neuralink
methods.
in his brain? Like,
McCarthy doesn't look like a big tech nerd to me, but he's
oh,
Dino. He's
no, he's a big
uninstalling
tech nerd.
and he's re-uploading. Wow.
Huh.
Fat Mike in the mix. Excited, Jack?
I was trying to get excited, and
Yeah.
then Rhett walked in on us debating this morning about it.
He
And
just laughed at you.
Ryan just kept shooting me down. Rhett was laughing at me. So
it was very Jackie, Dino. He was,
was very
positive
excited.
about
Yeah.
things that shouldn't have a positive
I
spin.
said he could
Is that
develop
right?
quarterbacks.
You know, Mike McCarthy does wonderful jobs
Yeah.
with quarterbacks. Any of them in like collecting a pension old or just young guys in their prime?
And you see the rotisserie spins like this.
Yeah. And what you want,
I
just when
love
it's about to
roast
drip, it'll
chicken.
roll around to the other side and keeps the hydration so juicy.
So mean.
Oh,
Knock out the
man.
fat.
So easy. That's so.
You got to do a meme for that.
That's
huh?
a phenomenal rotisserie blast. Dude.
They call it a spit. The thing rotates all day.
And there are coals down there. You want to keep it turning so the bottom doesn't burn.
Because this is how Mike McCarthy talks.
100%.
It's a rotisserie.
Flavor injector. Paul Skeens, very good at pitching, we thought, but look at this regression, guys. 1.96 2 years ago, 1.97 last
Oh,
year.
geez.
Now
come
1.9 net.
Oh,
Sliding, Jack.
It's
not
getting worse.
very
Distractions.
slidey.
Distractions.
This is incredible. Incredible stuff. We should
Something
have
to keep an eye on, as the tweet says.
It's
Yes.
beautiful stuff.
Yes.
And he's probably minus $1 billion on Bet365 to win the Cy Young in the National League because he is that good. We love John Gruden. Good excuse to play a Gruden clip. You ever heard your significant other?
I love John Gruden, but he's starting to do a lot of. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Was he forwarding emails with cheerleaders to you? Or did he stop?
I hope so.
Okay. This is
Flip right double, X jit, 36 counter naked waggle at 7, X quarter. on one.
I don't know why I love that so
Why
much.
do you love that?
dumb.
Come on.
We get fan mail. This one came in yesterday because Jack, of course, was familiar with an old piece of cinema. There's Yogi Bear and Jack.
Hey,
There you
that's
go.
awesome.
Hey, nice. Got the picnic basket in the background there.
Popcorn.
Now, what
Yes.
was the warden's name again, Dean?
Mr. Ranger, sir.
Mr. Ranger.
Hey there, boo boo.
We love dog clips, and it's been a while, so we got to bring back an old friend. This is Doan, the dog that eats human food. Oh, good to have you back, Doan. Oh, you missed him, right? So big dog guy. It's a lot of seafood.
Is this dog too stupid to get it himself?
Well behaved. Well behaved. It's a lobster. Damn.
Good manners. He's got his bib on.
You're a polite boy.
Bok choy?
Yeah.
I like bok choy.
I do too. I don't know how to use it.
Oh, those are dumplings. Wow.
I like dumpling.
This
I don't know
dog's got
about this
shit all
lobster.
over the carpet.
Oh, they did.
Oh, that's some good flash there, too. Well done. Attaboy, Doran. Appreciate you. That's your Pinder Report this Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. That's the Warner house. His kids get king crab legs and the dog gets the
Oh, babe,
lobster.
we're gonna all in this weekend.
Village Honda, your dealership for life, located in the Northwest Auto Mall and at villagehonda.com. We talked about get your car the VIP treatment, little spa day for your car, detailing in and out, 25% off. Villagehonda.com for more details on that. The spring detailing package.
Very nice. Very nice. Apparently, PA lost. Did you say they
Lost
won?
one?
I
I
don't
they
know.
won that one to go back. It must have been 1-1 coming out.
I
of
don't
it.
know.
It's 2-1 Everett in the series.
Brett was our
3-2 Everett won, and they're up 2-1 in the series. Thank you, Dino.
There you go.
2-1 series lead for Silvertips.
I grabbed this clip this morning because it was one of those things. I don't know if it was a weekend. It was the end of we were just so focused on Buffalo and getting to round 2 and this and that. Did you see because Charlie McAvoy, who has not been playing hockey, got suspended. Like the word came out today, he got 6 games. Did you see what he did, Rhett?
No.
Well,
this
Charlie
is-
McAvoy, he got 6 games. That Zach Benson, who we talked about on the show today, he's a bit of a pest, apparently. This was the play. Maybe a little bit of a slew
Or a lot of one, yeah.
foot there, and McAvoy.
Series is over. I don't like you.
Jeez.
You could break your guy's arm like that.
6 is too much.
Is it?
I think so.
I think they factor in the you
Intent.
were about to lose the series and you knew this was wrong and you did it anyway.
Well, I'm with Chuck here. As much as that's a Sabre and
I was gonna say
my
you're not sticking
brethren,
up for your
I'm
brothers.
with Chuck. You dirty little prick.
That's a pretty
Good.
dirty play going into the boards there. But,
And that was in response to another dirty thing.
Yeah,
and you had to
yeah,
unravel all
playoffs,
that
you know.
and you're the-
playoffs. You ever give a guy one of those, Rhett?
Oh,
Like
it wasn't even
real
a penalty back then.
Just chopping wood out behind the
Every-
shed. Yeah.
Every power play, it was the wrist or a foot. You get like every power play I ever killed. One-handed, bam,
Right. Laces,
right on the top
bam.
of the laces.
or right under
Yeah, right. Oh, you got your sleeves pulled up there.
90% of the face-offs. There was a good little. I used to like to spear guys in junior too. You'd shave your stick so that it was like a point.
Oh my gosh!
Nasty prick, eh?
And now you're so meek and kind.
Docile,
Yeah.
neutered.
Thoughtful of others, empathetic, soft.
No, neutered. You've just softened in your
Don't
age.
call me fat. I'm trying to keep it together.
Not fat.
It's not going well. Back on the uptick.
Are you?
Oh, that stupid 6-week
You were down on the
pneumonia.
mat for a while there. You think it was pneumonia?
Did you have the
I don't know.
pneumonia?
I don't know what it was.
Pneumonia is no fun, I'm told.
It was no fun.
Might have been pneumonia then.
Could have been a pneumonia.
Yeah.
Anyway, I lost my discipline, Dean.
Well, I thought when you get sick and you're maybe
I wasn't eating when I was sick, but when I came out of it, I was actually light. So I said, to hell with this. I haven't eaten. I need
Bulking
to eat.
up.
This guy's got to eat.
Score Blizzards will get you every time.
Oh, dear. Yeah,
And they
that'll
become
do them.
addictive, Jack.
Habit forming. Could have gone with Rhett last night and got one. Instead, you let your friend.
I almost ordered a
Flopping.
Blizzard last night.
Why do you need to order? Are you that high and wasted that you can't just drive down the street?
So lazy, and they love earning money. It's
Well, my newborn has finally gotten to sleep. I can't leave the.
nope. You definitely can.
I'm kind of with the guys, Jack. I mean,
Oh, I know. It's bad.
The
but-
ordering popcorn thing. I mean, I get that theater's good, but like that's just
Theater is good at the theater. I don't want theater popcorn at my house.
like, what does it cost to pop popcorn at home?
I can
25
control
cents,
the
50
salt,
cents?
butter content when I
Yeah.
do it at home. My goodness.
So, Jack, when it shows up at your step, what's the packaging situation?
Cold and
No, it's not usually
Folded
too
in
bad.
a
It's,
sticker?
not
it's
like-
it's the popcorn bag, and then they put another bag on top, and then it's in like another bag.
Okay. Because I would wonder if I'm a driver for one of these companies. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna. But if somebody's ordering popcorn, it's gonna be all I can do to not blow some boogs into that corn.
Oh, it's got to be
It's
multiple
like you
layers
lay
of protection.
really
'cause-
popcorn.
Yeah, I do feel
Twang.
bad ordering, especially when it's like freezing outside, and I
you
do
must be high as a kite to
No,
have to
I don't
order
smoke.
popcorn.
I don't get high.
Oh,
I'm just lazy.
how about this that just popped up on my phone, fellas? This is big.
Called a trophy?
Is it big? Breaking news.
How was the whale's rib? I don't know. I haven't been to it for a while. How does that pop up on my phone?
The whale's rib.
That's
You don't even know about the whale's rib, do
that's
you?
where Rhett used to live with the old people and Chris Carter.
Like
We
who's
used
it
to go
from?
there. Should we just go down? Oh.
No, who's it
The
from?
whale's rib is where we used to get hammered after every practice, Jack. Like you and your dumb buds, but we were playing sports at
In
the
the
time.
NHL. Yeah.
So we'd go to practice, and then
In which city?
Fort Laud. Well, it's Pompano Beach,
Florida.
Deerfield Beach to be
Beautiful.
exact.
Yeah, Deerfield, Rhett.
And it was just off the beach. Oh, lobster bisque. You kidding me? Key West sandwich. Woo. Smoked fish dip.
I believe this is when you say shut the.
Front door.
Yeah.
Every practice?
Eh,
Pretty close.
I would say 90% of the time.
That's a hell of a lunch right there.
Would
Yep.
Rod the Bod be doing that in Carolina? Do you think after practice he's going for some bisque and
Nope.
cheese
I
dips?
don't believe he would,
Go to
Dean.
the gym after practice.
Yeah.
Oh,
A couple cervezas. Single guys would carry on. We'd go get drunk at Mike Keenan's condo,
beautiful stuff.
jump off the second balcony into the pool. Good times.
The
So,
game
man.
has changed. Noodles nailed it. The
And you know
kid's
what?
coming in today.
It's not that different than Jack's idiot buddies, is it? They're just better at hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just a lot better at hockey.
Yeah, that's it.
Hearing Loss Clinic, locally owned and operated. They're here to help. It's not about hearing loss or impairment. It's about empowering people to be confident, socially active, and more connected with their loved ones.
Mhm.
Just confidence in every aspect of their life, professional, personal, and otherwise. Travis and Sabrina Rhodes are wonderful folks. Recognized one of the Business in Calgary Leader Award winners. They're not just giving those to everybody. Giving back to the community, giving back to their customers, their staff, incredibly compassionate, caring, and great at what they do. Health risks like dementia and depression have been linked to untreated hearing loss, and there's no need for it. There are 5 locations in our city, 5 locations in BC, Cranbrook, Creston, Fernie, Golden, and Invermere, helping you hear better, simply their way of helping you live better. Book an assessment today. Maybe, Rhett, that's what you're hearing with. It's so basic. It's all basic. Maybe it's
Don't get me all freaked out here. I'm going to stop in on the way home.
hearingloss.ca. That would be so. I just got to stop in at the hearing. What for? I don't know. I'm just kind of
Just
feeling
too
panicked.
Kind of a little panicky.
Oh,
Figure this out.
stop in on the way home.
What's that?
Hearing
what, do you
loss.
call what do you call the people that always think they're sick or fear? Like,
Hypochondriacs,
yeah, you
Ryan.
get some of that, and you're right. Not all of
Me
it.
and
Maybe
the
not a full
Noodler.
blown case.
Oh,
A
yeah. I
little
learned
bit of
it
that?
from-
A fair amount. Try to be nice today.
I'm looking at the whales rib.
So your phone asked you for a Google review on it? Is
And
that
I
what's
gave it
going
a
on?
5-star review.
Oh, you better. Yeah, look at this. Jack looking close to the
Hell
water.
yeah,
You're a
that's
jerk.
my kind of spot.
Jack,
Oh,
let's
wow.
move. Let's go for a drink at the whales rib.
Oh,
That is exactly your kind of spot. And then there's the odd person that walks by.
And I believe there's like all just stuff all over the walls and pictures. And
Yes, it's
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not divey, but it's very fun. Vibe.
Now,
Yeah.
see there, that's a Bloody Mary, and I am not a fan of the Bloody
Not
Mary.
as good as the Caesar.
Not
Jack.
even
Americans,
close.
not
They're
as good.
kind of blech.
What makes it? What's the distinction?
It's thicker. It's it's
The viscosity
Yeah.
of their tomato juice versus the clamato is a huge distinction.
Yeah, you would think you would not want the clamato. It's, 'cause
Correct.
It sounds
It's the
gross,
opposite.
but tomato juice tends to be quite a bit thicker.
Yeah, what is that? 5W3018 or 10? What do you?
It might be.
look at those
10,
stone
yeah.
crabs. Oh, give them to me. Yes, please. There's the bisque, the lobster bisque there on
Yeah.
the right.
Just a cup.
Oh,
Just a cup of bisque.
Boy, the whale trip's going to want to treat you to lunch with all this
I
free
would love
promotion
to go
they're
to the
getting in
whales
Southern
trip
Alberta.
right now. I would love to.
Is that key lime pie? Is
I'm-
that key lime pie?
I may go to Florida tomorrow.
With
Look
that
at
said,
that
do you have any
pie.
plans for the rest of this week?
I may go to Florida tomorrow,
Just as of
but
now.
I don't have plans. Me and the shoveler got in an argument about making plans for this morning, so let's not.
Oh
go there.
no! Let's
That's a
talk
shame.
through it.
Shut your pie hole.
That's what you're saying to Dean, or you said to the shoveler?
Both.
So there it is. If you're looking for something to do this weekend,
Yeah, you always go
you
there.
can slide by
I'll
the
see you
whales
at the
rib,
rib.
Pompano Beach.
Better weather than here
Oh,
for May
good.
long. That's a guarantee.
Well, you know what? I was looking because the guys I work with have been telling me about this weather. It looks like it's either already here or is like tomorrow. 70% chance.
Oh my god.
We got baseball tonight. I just need to get this game done before it turns. I don't know how that's
How
looking.
much longer are we going? Because if we're going for a while, I got to.
We're probably good, pretty good.
Deuce.
Saturday's looking like snow.
What?
That's what it's saying on my
May
phone.
long, baby.
Yep.
Undefeated.
And
Always
Joe,
shitty.
let's what's the word? Embrace it.
Yeah.
No.
Let's embrace it, Jack.
Yeah.
12:04 on Wednesday. If I don't leave my house till Tuesday,
You're good, eh?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
I think he's got
I
a.
think he's got to go number one. Hopefully not a two, because yeah, it's going to rain a lot on Saturday. Do you know? Oh yeah,
I'll tell you what. Then maybe
Damn, boy.
today's a Bonton Meats Day.
I think it is.
Go up there, load up on your ribs and your roasts and your steaks.
Roast season. You get another roast in. You thought you were done roasting.
It might be stew weather.
Oh,
Get some red meat. Get what? And you know what? We talk about it all the time. Don't sleep on the chicken. The chickens they got up there, they're the size of turkeys. For
I bet you
Pete's
this
sake.
was you shot this at May long. It's snowing there.
This could be right. Yeah, you could be. It's a glorious spot. They've got sausages. They've got ribs. They've got beef. They also, and we never talk, but get your deli meat there. You want your sandwich meat?
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Meat
What am I
pies.
gonna do? What am I gonna do this weekend?
1921.
Yeah, we're talking. It's a century in the making. Bonton Meats up in Crowfoot.
You know, everyone dressed the same beautiful stuff. Eh?
They got the bow tie. It's a classy spot.
Sure is.
It's like it's a little bit in a way, in a good way, like a time machine going back in time. The way it should be done is the way it is done, and there's the delicious potato salad. Delicious potato salad. Bonton Meats. Oh, Bonton.
Potato bacon dill. Potato bacon dill. Feeling better?
28 Crowfoot Circle in the Northwest for Bonton Meats. We were saying maybe Mike McCarthy will be up there grabbing some stuff for the spit.
You want to get in there before Big Mike, though. He might.
Yeah, it's a big order. What you'll see here is this clockwise rotation.
Drew, after practice, me and you are going to the whale's rib. We're gonna have some bisque.
Can you believe how much flights are? My God.
Well, you combine a duopoly with expensive jet fuel, and here we are, eh?
Yeah, just
Good work, everyone.
you just grab Chunk the dog. You head down in the basement. You get a blanket. How's your TV? Is it working all right?
The basement TV is good. I need a new one on the main floor.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I should do. What a waste of a long weekend. What'd you do? Huh?
Every year. The good news is once
Can you
Baylong.
ski?
Yes, you could.
Should I
Sunshine
go
is open.
ski?
It would be a massive party and a ton of fun.
I love to party.
It might be rainy. It might be snowy. I don't know at that altitude. Let's check the forecast.
What would you say the percentage chances, Rhett, that you end up at Sunshine Village this weekend?
I wouldn't even take my skis. I'd just
Look
go
at my
floor
face.
it with the DJ.
Yeah. This is so much chance.
Yeah, that much.
Yeah.
We were saying you just got to just embrace it. I would say go to Bonton, grab a bunch of red meat for the weekend. You can maybe slow cook it, put it in the oven, put it on your grill, do whatever. Just if it means you got to be at home and just kind of stay warm.
Oh, Ryan's on to
10 to 15 centimeters Saturday at Sunshine.
Just
That's at the base.
We'll just be carving.
Oh!
Won't be busy. Won't be the long weekend.
Well, it's going to be a lot of people partying, but not a lot of people there to ski this weekend. Holy
I'm just going to stay home, keep an eye on my chest.
Not to worry about you, Dino.
You can't
You
get
take
your
care of those dogs, all
hooves
right?
into the
Yeah,
boots.
just keep an eye on this belt of pain right around my chest cavity.
Okay.
Take care of that thing. Make sure everything's good.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Let's take a look at our bets. Bet365. Taking good care of us. They'll take good care of you. They're the best in the business. Bet365, best app going if you've not seen or tried it. If you're a hockey fan, you're tired
C'est
of waiting
bon.
for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to the next puck drop. That's why Bet365, official partner of the NHL, has 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point, they'll pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3-goal early payout, there's one less thing to wait around for. Bet365. Download the app. See what early payout's all about. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly.
All right. Here's the thing about these three cats. Nazem Kadri's picked up a point in 5 straight games. Quinn Hughes has picked up a point in 4 of his last 5 games. Marty Nate has picked up a point in 4 of his last 5 games. They all get a point tonight. Parlay those together. Plus 250. It is a staving wild group, a mile high in Denver, where the Avalanche could punch their ticket to the 3rd round and join Carolina in the Final 4.
I love it.
Also, you like that Colorado winning by a bunch, Dino? -1.5 is plus 115. You can look under alternate lines to even go maybe tease it by 2.5 if you feel like
Maybe,
you can blow it out and you get even a bigger number.
There you go. Bet365. Check out the 365 3-goal early payout. When your team goes up by 3, you get paid. It's that simple. Download the app today. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Why do you feel that with this game? Because you mentioned it, Rhett, and I was. If it was just what your gut in this game tonight, it feels like Colorado cruise.
It feels like Colorado
Flex.
versus LA when they flex and put the pedal down. They're too much.
I'll give you the big caveat. Like Wallstad's been sensational. If he wants to be the best player, again,
Absolutely.
Sure, but,
There's
just no chance in him, right?
I just don't see that where Minnesota has shown the holes in Colorado's
No,
game.
they
You know what I mean? Like I picked Minnesota. I like Minnesota. I think they've got a hell of a squad, but we're 4 games in. Have they exposed weaknesses in the Avs? I haven't seen it.
Nope.
Right?
I mean,
It's
they
been
made
the
him change
opposite.
goalies once, but that really didn't set him back.
Yeah.
Both teams have switched goalies.
So you and Jack have the Wild to win this series.
Yeah, I
2
guess.
of us had wrote them down here, obviously.
Yeah.
Can't be just throwing
think
picks
it's-
around willy-nilly. Jack switched to Minnesota in 7 after having Avs in 5. A win tonight would be Avs in 5. Attaboy, Jack. Once he saw Nathan McKinnon with flippers and a mask in a hotel pool, he said, those guys won't win.
Right.
Were you high then too? Like how? Like
What's the matter with you, Jack?
Jack?
Come on.
Rhett's got
Let's
Wild
have
in
fun.
7. That's still tracking in theory. Dino's got Colorado in 6, and I got the Avs in 7. Nobody had Avs in 5. Minnesota is good.
They're kind of proving how good they are.
Yeah.
Jack's the only guy on Vegas, so we need the Ducks to rally for the rest of us in that series.
No, I was going to change one today.
We all had Carolina. We all had Carolina.
You said
Jack and I had the
yesterday I
sweep.
could change today.
Yeah, change your undies. That's
What
how
did
you
I have?
change.
Vegas in 7 or 6?
You've got Vegas in 7. That's tracking pretty nicely. And in the Montreal Buffalo series, Rhett and I on Sabres in 7. Dino's got Montreal in 7, and Jack's got the Habs in 6.
Now, did you just did that out of spite on Rhett because he
Yeah, that
had
wasn't.
the
I
Flyers
didn't
to beat
think that
yours?
one through.
Yeah. you guys need to come together.
Come together.
Brett's been trying for 2 weeks.
Uh,
Ever since
It's a
game
one-way
one of the
street, Dean.
Penguins.
This man's been to my house and he's still S-talks
He's
me.
too cool for Rhett. Never seen it before.
Yep.
Hey, Jack, do you want to come over? I have this mansion
Jack.
on a lake and lots of food. Yeah, I'm hanging out with my idiot buddies at a dive bar with no sound.
It's the same as I
Okay.
had. Maybe it's like I had to say to Jimmy Vandermeer
Yes.
when I sat beside him in
Yeah.
Scottsdale and scored that top shelf goal.
Yeah.
I'm just another guy. Don't
Jack's
be
just
intimidated, Jack. I'm
Jack.
just another player.
He's a regular guy. Just
I
like
understand.
us.
Last time I went to Rhett's house, there's been a joke that is just never going to end.
What joke is that?
It's not a joke. It's an
It's a
observation.
serious
Ooh.
accusation. So it is.
There were some
By law
allegations.
involved.
Some serious allegations.
Mm.
Good. Thank goodness for McLeod Law.
Yeah. Well, Jack's helpful. He likes doing errands
That
around
cease and desist. That's why we haven't heard them for a while, Jack, because your people at McLeod Law.
They're on it.
Just, can I see your ankle? I haven't seen you wear shorts. So I'm wondering if maybe there's something on there.
How many meters is that restraining order with the shoveler, Jack? Is it
What do
like
you got on?
hundreds of meters, a
on the-
kilometer? What's the distance you got to?
We'll wrap it. Get to the super chats today. All one of them for the youth centers of Calgary. I know it's not because we're boring or bad.
Is it Knobber? Is he sending in chats? He's
I
going to kill
don't
some time
know.
now.
I'm not sure. Youth centers of Calgary. Coleman 121, $5. Worst financial decision. Signing Trent Frederick for 8 years or Jack paying for popcorn delivery.
I have a take on this.
Hmm?
The Fredericks thing was a oops, I made a mistake. The Jack thing is I'm continuing to
Yes.
make
Yeah,
mistakes.
What do
once
you call
it
that?
happened,
Compounding
Jack.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Trent's a worse one, but Jack's doing popcorn. They won't do Trent another 8 years.
No.
Jack will order popcorn again.
Oh, 100%. How much money do you think ordering popcorn is, by the way?
Like 12 to 15
Let's
bucks.
find
I don't
out.
know. Well, you know. Are we close?
I know how much popcorn
hope you know,
costs and how
because-
much you can make with this much. Like
Like 50 cents worth of kernels
So,
would be a
I
lot
spend
of popcorn
more
at your
on
house.
butter than I
Yes,
do on
100%.
popcorn.
Yeah, if you use a quarter of a block of butter, that's way more
On the
expensive.
weekend, I ordered a large popcorn with layered butter, and a bag of candy. It was $25.61
Burning
with a
money.
$2 tip.
Dude.
Oh,
He's definitely blowing boogs in your corn.
Oh.
so you, by the way,
But I also stayed home the whole weekend. I
can
didn't
it
go
be
out.
$800 to go to Toronto. Sorry.
you could have got all that popcorn for less than $1, including butter. And
You
salt
could have
later.
eaten popcorn
And
for the month.
If you
the
went
rest of
to
your
a
life.
store and bought the candy, that's another 2-3, like less than $5, Jack.
Candy's doubled for sure delivered to your house.
At least the popcorn. It's the most expensive place on earth for popcorn's a movie theater. Everywhere else, it's
It's
cheap.
the best.
It always feels harsh when you call someone an idiot,
Yeah.
but Jack, you're an idiot.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the other side here. Jack, you know what? You deserve nice things. You're doing great for yourself.
Thanks.
You're doing great in life. Look at you.
Yeah, look at
You're
you,
a real
Jack.
success
guys.
story. You
No, there's-
deserve
again-
nice things. Treat yourself.
You have a book in your bookcase that would tell you that you're an idiot.
Yeah, the wealthy barber was not
Yeah.
talking about delivering popcorn to his door.
No, I thought it through. I stayed home last weekend, so I deserved.
So you couldn't take the
Treat.
2-minute drive to
So you had all the time to make it
To
at home
Seton?
and still ordered it.
You're
Yeah, I
still
could have
ahead.
driven 5 minutes and saved $10, but jeez.
your time is valuable.
Yeah, I did have a busy weekend of nothing.
Now and again, so maybe this is the fly in the ointment for my argument, and maybe in a D. Do you make good popcorn? Because if you're a microwave guy, then again, you're an idiot, and yeah, order the popcorn. But if you make a nice, you want to come to my house?
Get
I'll
the
make
air
you a
popper.
professional batch. I could get my middle kid to make you a bowl of popcorn. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah,
What's the
it's-
best way to make it at home? I've got one of those machine
Yeah,
things.
the
It's got to be
popper.
the hot air.
Yeah, I got to do a hot air popper.
What kind of machine do you have?
I don't even know. It's a popcorn machine. I don't know how to explain.
You flip it
It's
on,
like-
it goes.
Yeah.
Has it got the kettle?
It's got the no. It's got some thing on top, and you pour it in.
Bins.
Yeah,
No, you've got a hot air.
he's got a hot air.
Yeah, I think it's hot air.
Oh yeah.
I've got both. I've got the hot air, but then I've also got the kettle. It kind of looks like one of it's supposed to be like a popcorn machine, but you pour and I've got the oil and the
Yeah.
like the specialty salt. So
No,
that
I
it's-
don't have that.
So it's like theater style.
And is it better or is it just fancy?
It's not.
I like it. The others
Yeah.
in the house seem to prefer the hot
air
air with the
popper?
butter and salt.
My house is all hot air.
Yeah.
So's the show.
How was the show today, Jack?
It feels like we should be done for the week.
It's
Hellbent
Wednesday.
PH.
I know, but does it not feel like Friday, Ryan?
Long weekend, guys.
You're taking Friday off?
One of us is.
Who's this clown?
Hellbent
$2.
PH, $2.
Hellbent.
So
Jack doesn't get wasted. Jack is a good boy.
That's correct.
Well, this last weekend at least.
It's one of your dumb buddies right there.
What kind of wasted are we talking about? Like drinky wasted? Because he,
Banff level or what level are we talking, Jack?
Jack, we love you, but you can do better.
Yeah, Jack, do you like hot air? This is controversial for old Gene. Eugene coming in hot air shit.
Why is this asshat on our show without a
Well, I
donation?
might add to the conversation.
Block the dummies.
Block the dummies.
How do you
Block
feel about the pot? I don't
the
want to give
dummies.
Eugene any credit, but
On
No.
the pot on the stove?
nowhere near as good as
It's
hot
a
air.
freaking
Amateur.
pain
hour?
in the ass.
Yeah, okay.
What is it, the 30s?
And I'm cleaning it up. Yeah, I'm cleaning it. It's, you know what?
You know,
that's
we've
like?
invented the hot
You know
air.
what it is?
Yeah.
If it was nice out this weekend, there'd be a whole bunch of folk going to the campsites.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
get those stupid
Yeah.
over the fire. and
Jiffy
it's just-
Pop.
Yeah, and it's all burnt.
Yeah.
Terrible. That's what that is.
I don't want that.
We're better than that.
You stop for like half a second to hear if it's sizzling.
Burn.
Just ruined.
Oh, you missed it by a half second.
Well, you
Loser.
took that half a second to hear if it was sizzling or not. It was kind of fun though as a kid to do. It tasted
Blows
like
up.
shit, but it was
Terrible. It is
Jack,
fun.
you have some other breaking news, right? I see in the.
You get engaged?
Oh.
Who's engaged?
I think it's
Jack,
cute
oh,
that that's where you landed.
Wow, older ladies, eh? With the Calder, Jack?
Yes,
So we
yes,
had
yes,
the,
yes, yes.
the NHL used to do the big old award ceremony,
That's
boys,
right.
and they realized that the award ceremony sucked and guys didn't want to go there in the middle of their off season. So they're just slowly trickling the news out. Congrats to Matthew Schaefer, a slam dunk winner of the Calder Memorial Trophy. Incredible year.
Incredible year.
Who
23
finished
goals.
last year in the NHL?
I would think Chicago or San Jose is my
I
guess.
feel like it was San
Can
Jose.
you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
If they didn't already have the shiny Bedards and Celebrinis, like
I'm saying
if they added a
If they-
yeah.
NHL did it the way they should and just gave the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
place team the first pick, they would have this edition.
A team would be a wagon.
And today's Wednesday. And how good is this kid as a hockey player? Well, clearly he won the Calder. As a human, on Monday, he announced he's going to be partnering with New York's largest health system, Northwell Health, to support cancer patients with a $150,000 donation from he and the Islanders Children's Foundation. He lost his mother to breast cancer in 2024. That was kind of well known going into his draft.
Mhm.
So already he's 19. Calder went first overall, donating a bunch of money. Great kid.
Good kid.
Good human.
Last year, San Jose had 52 points, rock bottom. Chicago 61, second from the bottom.
Yeah.
Throw him
And they
on
both get top 4 picks again because San Jose did win one of them.
Who did they draft last year, San Jose?
Misa.
Misa?
Yeah, so they did all right.
They did
They
okay.
did fine. They'll
Yeah.
do well this year too if they stay in the 2-hole. Chicago, Levshunov, Bedard. Last year, the Swedish forward, is it Frundell? I
Mhm.
don't remember.
Who did the Flames take in the top three? What was their or who did they take it to?
No, Dean, they don't. They're not allowed to pick in the top 3.
Like that was the other thing. It's some guys were talking about it. I guess I don't know. It just kind of blew. The Leafs, the last 2 times they've missed the playoffs, have won the lottery both times.
What are the odds of that?
That seems
Dean?
fair.
Quite
that
slim.
seems like it's working. I thought Bettman was on our side.
The,
Bettman's
better.
not on. No,
the question
he's an
the
American.
league has to ask is, what problem are we trying to solve with the
Bettman
line?
is just absolutely suing the Canadian teams. He's taking all their money and loving it and laughing at us. I don't think a Canadian team's won the cup since Bettman's been employed.
Rhett, you're in big
You know what?
trouble.
He's so happy right now because it's going to be bad weather here for the long weekend.
Mhm.
That makes Bettman happy. That's
It's kind of petty. Has
Feels petty.
a Canadian team won a Stanley Cup since Gary Bettman's been employed?
Last Canadian team was 93, and I don't know when he came as commissioner. I'm going to guess it was right after that.
I think it was. I'm going to do this.
He was either there that
watch
year
this. Watch
or
this.
the year after. So I feel like the Rangers and Canucks in 94, they were on the front.
Has
page.
a Canadian team won the
Wait,
Stanley
what
Cup
month?
since Gary Bettman was hired?
I bet you
Reds
came
on
out-
it. Reds on it.
Well, Jack just had it.
Yeah, let's go. Feel like Razor. He does his own.
You need glasses.
Hurry up.
Reds on it.
No, Reds on it.
Technically, yes, but only barely and only once. Bettman became commissioner February 1st, 1993.
What an answer.
So Montreal.
Habs won that spring. It wasn't even his first full year. He was essentially figuring out the ropes. Didn't know how to
You know
screw the
what?
Canadian teams
He
yet.
didn't have his
He didn't have
hooks
his-
into
yeah,
the
that's right.
system yet.
Ah! Poor Rhett was so close to that
You know
job
what?
at the league
All
office.
these-
Now he's cooked.
Carney's right. Elbows up, Canada. Come on, Mark. Get the rally. Go talk to Gary. Mark.
Some major plot twists on this show. I
There's
didn't see
been a
that one
few
coming.
things that have happened the last couple of weeks that have led me to believe that we need some time off. Maybe
getting
none
there.
more than that.
It's a red flag.
See ya, buddies.